Happy Saturday, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It is the Fantasy Endgame, and we're here to break down all your questions to help you set those winning lineups for the coming week. Glad that you are with us. I'll tell you what, so glad, even for the time being, can't promise thing, for watching the second half of the number 6 undefeated Miami Hurricanes playing the second half of a crucial road game, but that's okay. I'd rather be here with you answering your start sit questions. I actually mean that. It's a busy day. It's a crazy day in college football. There's a lot of big games today. So glad you guys are squeezing time here to check us out. A lot of injuries, a lot of things to talk about here. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting week in football too, and only teams on a bye. So I think it's going to be, I have a feeling it's going to be one of those action-packed weeks in the NFL as well. I don't know. You getting that feeling?
I hope so. You never know. You never know what you're going to get week to week in the NFL, right? Any given Sunday.
It's true. You really never know. All sorts of surprises. That's what makes it fun, I think. If it was just predictable and boring, I wouldn't play. I wouldn't be that interested.
Right.
But let's talk about some injuries. Let's do that first so you guys are up to date. You already know we're going to be back tomorrow morning on Sunday morning with the latest injury updates, so check back with us again tomorrow. But let's start out with what we know right now. Not too surprisingly, Jonathan Taylor still out. So that means the backfield for the Colts will be handled by Trey Sermon and a little bit of Tyler Goodson as well. Trey Sermon is in. I know he was on the injury report temporarily. He wasn't great last week when he probably should have, or at least could have been good. Are you wanting to just kind of steer clear of this backfield if you can help it, or do you still think there's some intrigue here with one or both of these guys?
I still think there's some intrigue here. It is the Miami Dolphins. They're terrible against the run. Anthony Richardson is back, which means they'll probably run the ball more than throw the ball. So I think there's still some intrigue here for Trey Sermon.
All right. So he's viable. I mean, you may not have a better option. So we'll see exactly what happens there. Now, I know some of the big news is a player who is in for the first time. This is confirmed. Nick Chubb is making his debut, and it just so happens Jerome Ford is out. So you're replacing the lead runner. We've talked about this already. We've had a lot of Chubb questions. You know it's going to happen. So now that we're closer and they've already said he's playing, what's your gut feel, not on whether we'll see him, but how much we will see him, and is he playable?
My gut feel is the same. We're not going to see a whole lot of Nick Chubb this week. Is he playable? I don't think so. It's a tough matchup against the Bengals, who last week with BJ Hill and that interior line getting healthy, we saw Tyrone Tracy had a nice game, but it was mostly through the air. He only had 50 yards on 17 carries. Yeah, I think we see a very limited Nick Chubb this week. I would not be rolling out Nick Chubb.
Right. And it's tempting if you maybe stashed him early since draft season. You've got him, you bought low, whatever. You have him, you want to roll him out. You're excited. He's playing. Look great for him. We like Nick Chubb as a player. You got to root for the guy. But let's look at the numbers, right? Just the hard, cold numbers. This is what wins in fantasy football's production. I don't feel like Nick Chubb's getting more than 15 touches. Maybe he does, but also, you think that's optimistic?
15. I mean, look, it's Kevin Stefanski and the Browns. They refuse to bench Deshaun Watson, so who knows? But giving Nick Chubb 15 touches coming off that knee injury, it seems like it is very, I don't know what the word is. Like, it's not in Nick Chubb's best interest. Let's just say that. Like,
stupid.
Remember Breece Hall last year coming back from ACL. Remember Javonte Williams. Remember Saquon Barkley coming back from ACL. And these weren't devastating ACL injuries at 29 years old. They were all on very limited snap counts coming back. You can't. It would be dangerous, honestly, is the word I'm looking for, to give Nick Chubb 15 plus touches first game back in over a year coming off this knee injury. Look, maybe in 3 or 4 weeks he's getting that kind of volume, but if they do that to him in week 1, I mean, that's just irresponsible. That's just the team putting themselves ahead of the player 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was going to say, even if he gets that many touches, you never know. How effective is he really going to be? I mean, we're talking about a lot of rust to knock off, but also what we hear is a lot of times it's not even the physical hurdles needs to be cleared, it's the mental, the trust, right? The just willingness of that back to go into those tough situations and just feel like they can be explosive. And who knows? But
actually, that's a good point. You even hear that from guys like this year. You're hearing that from Brees Hall and Javonte Williams talking about like, oh, I finally have trust. I finally have trust in my knee. Like it takes like, yeah, it would be very irresponsible of the Browns to give Nick Chubb 15 plus touches this week. But it's the Browns that they're obviously they don't care about responsibility. So maybe.
yeah, and let's just be honest. Like we want to win. You're 1-5. You have the worst quarterback in the league. Everybody on your offensive line is hurt. What are you doing here? But anyways, long story short, Nick Chubb, sure you got him. He's playing. Doesn't mean you have to put him in your fantasy lineup. And we're going to say no, probably to the vast majority of Nick Chubb questions. Just going to tell you that straight up. Another guy who's not coming back, although soon, Jonathan Brooks is practicing. You've seen some clips, but he is not going to be playing just yet. And why would he? Chuba Hubbard's been great. So definitely can wait another week on Jonathan Brooks. Tyjae Spears, the other running back who is out, could see more Pollard in a pretty good matchup. Treylon Burks, although I doubt he's owned anywhere in fantasy by this point. He's also out, suffered a midweek injury. I wish I could say that's good for Ridley or Hopkins, but I can't. And then Juwan Jennings, yeah, he was already droppable, and now he's hurt and out. But this leads to another good news situation here. Ricky Pearsall is not only back and practicing, he sounds like he's going to be active for this game. Although I really doubt, even if you picked him up, you should have an interest, even as deep flyer. I mean, Ricky Pearsall is probably not going to get too many targets, if any.
Probably not. A good stash, but a little too soon to start him, yes.
Right. But this was a good story, too. Glad to see him back. Jacoby Myers became super interesting as the wide receiver 1 for the Raiders, except he's not because he's also, well, he's doubtful, but this is the second straight week. And I mean, doubtful just means no.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. I put him on the booms. He was in a great spot this week. Antonio Pierce said on Wednesday, like, yeah, he's going to be back. He's going to play. And then this, it's like, you just can't, I don't even know what coaches we can trust this year. It's terrible, but yeah, this is unfortunate because it was a very good spot for him.
I know we can't trust Antonio Pierce. I'll just say that because of everything he said about Zamir White, feeding him the ball and then him being a breakout. Yeah. And Pierce is here at the bottom of the list here as far as reliability. All right. And then Dallas Goedert, tough blow to him just when he was coming on. He is out also with an injury. Great Calcaterra season, perhaps.
Maybe.
Not the worst. All right, these are the ones we do not know about because they are questionable, and we'll get some clearance on them by tomorrow. This is why we do the Sunday show. So right now, you want Cooper Kupp back? Of course you do. But we don't know for sure if he's coming back. Everything was pointing to the positive direction, but this isn't for sure. What do you know about Cooper Kupp that you think is going to help us, if anything, at this point?
I mean, if I had to guess, I would guess that he's playing. I mean, everything Sean McVay has said leads me to think he's going to play. But at the same time, this year I feel like this year has probably been the toughest year to predict for when guys are going to be back from injury. It just feels like all the coaches ever say this year is like, oh yeah, optimistic, and then it's like, nah, he's out. Oh yeah, we're optimistic, and then he's out. But he did get limited practice in this week, so I think there's a good chance.
All right. Well, there you go. But again, see what happens tomorrow. Things change all the time, and coaches lie. But also, it's that trusting too. Cooper Kupp coming off several weeks. Got to see how he feels. Aaron Jones, this one is tricky too. Questionable. Leaning towards playing or not playing. Early in the week, it sounded pessimistic to me, and now they're like, it's a game time decision.
Yeah, earlier in the week, Aaron Jones himself said, I'm not sure about playing, but yeah, this is another one where I feel like he's probably on the good side of playing. But again, the way this year has gone, it'll probably be one of those things where tomorrow morning at 8:30 when they announce actives, inactives, it's probably what it'll come down to. Hopefully we get some updates from Schefter tonight. Like Aaron Jones good to go, Cooper Kupp is good to go, but we'll see.
Hopefully. Yeah, with Aaron Jones, I'll just say this. Not a great spot for him specifically against that run defense. Detroit's pretty tough. So it may not be his best game anyways, and they've been practicing without him. So risky, but let's see. TJ Hawkinson could be on the mend coming back, but I swore I saw something that he wasn't going to play till week 8.
Yeah, this one I'm on the other side here. I don't think we see TJ Hawkinson this week. And if we do, I mean, he's coming off an ACL injury that he suffered in January. It hasn't even been a year yet. Like, he's going to be very limited. Please don't start TJ Hawkinson this week.
Right. Easy to just assume that a guy comes back and he's just exactly the same as he was before injury. It's not always how it works. So, yeah, I wouldn't play Hawkinson if you haven't. Deontay Johnson, this is a big one because he's been so good, but also this is such a great spot for him. Like, I really, really, really want to start him wherever possible, but are you worried about this injury?
I mean, of course, you have to always be a little bit worried, but I feel like Deontay Johnson has been on the injury report for 3 straight weeks, and then he goes out there and plays and is fine. So if he plays, I'm just starting him. I'm not. It's not like one of these injuries where I'd be worried about. I think if he plays, I'm playing him.
Oh yeah, if he plays, I absolutely want him, and I've said that, for the most part. If your choice is not between just absolute studs like Justin Jefferson and guys like that, I have Deontay Johnson. I want to play Deontay Johnson, and just want to make sure as far as this, they did not elevate any other receivers, like bring some up off the practice squad. Doesn't look like they're preparing for life without him this week. So take that for what it's worth. Let's see who else is questionable. Both Colts receivers. That's fun. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs again. But I also feel like every single week, these guys like Josh Downs is every single week questionable, and he plays and he's fine. I still like Downs this week.
Exactly. I'm not worried about these guys at all as far as playing goes.
Right. It's a good spot too. B-Rob, that's a big one. Really love Brian Robinson in that same matchup if he plays, but he's also questionable, and this means something because he didn't play last week.
Right, but I feel like he's another guy. I'm just checking for updates here. I feel like he's another guy that's on the better side of questionable this week because he returned to practice. Limited, of course, but he returned to practice, but that's a good sign. So, another guy. I think the matchup is so good. If he plays, you got to play him.
Exactly. That's a situation where I'll keep him in my lineup and only take him out if I need to, as opposed to the other side was like, well, I'll only put him in, like, let's say Cooper Kupp. If I find out he is playing, okay, I'll swap him in. B-Rob, I would only swap him out if I have to. And then Ramondre in that early game is still questionable, but he did travel. At least he's in the country, so that's a good sign. It sounds like he's good to go, I think.
Yeah, this sounds very encouraging. He said he expects to play, so as of now, I'd say fire up Ramondre Stevenson. This is a great matchup for him. But remember, this is the London game tomorrow, which means you gotta check early tomorrow. Don't get caught with Ramondre Stevenson in your lineup and then he's ruled out at the last second or something.
That's true. You got to make sure he's in because otherwise you're stuck because you cannot switch him out before the first slate of games. So see about that. Now the other side there, Travis Etienne is questionable. I could have sworn they called this a week-to-week thing. Usually week-to-week means you're not playing the first week. Even if he's playing, I'm just going to come out and say I don't want Etienne in my lineup.
No, I'm definitely not starting Etienne if he plays. Really for me, the big one here is if he doesn't, like, how does this affect Tank and Dearness Johnson if he doesn't play? So
good point.
Yeah, even if Etienne plays, I'm not starting him. Again, remember, this is the early game in London. So if you got Tank, if you got Dearness Johnson, maybe in a deeper league, in a PPR league, and you're looking for some points in your flex, you're going to have to wake up early and check for this one, unless we hear something today definitive.
Right. Again, kind of selfishly, also because I don't have Etienne anywhere, just kind of hope he's out because I'm big on Tank this week. We'll see what happens there. Mike Evans, this is a tough one. You really want to start him in general, and you really, really, really want to start him against that Baltimore secondary, but he is really questionable. In fact, they said this is going to come down to a game time decision. What are you doing with Evans?
Well, yeah, it's important. Every week we get this, right? A Thursday night dilemma, a Monday night dilemma. I did just see, or 3 hours ago, it says he's practicing today with helmet. So all signs point to him playing through the hamstring injury on Monday. Now, of course, it's a hamstring. That's certainly worrisome. But man, like you said, it's the Ravens. I would have a very hard time benching Mike Evans this week. And yeah, if I'm deciding between, say, like Mike Evans on Monday night or like, I don't know, who's somebody like Darnell Mooney or Tyler Lockett or Romeo. I'm just gonna chance it with Mike Evans.
Yeah, I would really like to see him in my lineup against Baltimore, giving up a ton to wide receivers. Could be a high-scoring game. I did see here, according to ESPN, Todd Bowles saying it's been a nagging injury, not something that's new. It's, that he tweaked it. So I guess that's good. I don't know if that's better, but not something that should be like abrupt or serious. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. You never know with these situations. Keep Mike Evans on your watch list. Juju is questionable. I don't know. What do we do with Juju? Coming off a huge game before the bye.
Yeah, this is, again, a guy that doesn't sound like a big concern at all. I think he's going to play. I mean, he's fine if you need him, but I don't love him in this matchup this week, I'll be honest.
All right, there you go. And then Zamir White is questionable this time health-wise. And then here the good news. Players Malik Neighbors finally back, thankfully. Good to go. Of course, you got Neighbors, just fire him up. Marvin Harrison, that's a surprise, coming off a concussion protocol as well, but this was just last week. He jumped back into full practice on Friday. That feels pretty quick, but that's good news. Harrison, not the greatest spot, but at least, I don't know, at least I feel like everybody this entire week who has said they are tired of Kyler Murray, want to bench him or trade him or drop him, this is at least better for Kyler Murray, isn't it?
Yes, definitely better for Kyler Murray. I mean, I still I get if you're like nervous about starting Kyler Murray, I totally get that, but this at least helps.
Yeah, we're getting questions, which I understand, like Kyler Murray or Drake May. Still going to go Kyler Murray, especially with Harrison back, but we'll see. James Cook looks like he is back after missing last week, Monday night. He's good to go. Jordan Mason, avoiding any stints on the injury list here. He's clear. No injury designation, so Jordan Mason is good. Both Packers receiver Jaden Reed and Christian Watson are good. So Christian Watson managing to avoid injury. Let's see if he keeps that streak going. Tyler Lockett, no problem there. Devon Achane has cleared, had a week off to clear the concussion protocol. He's good to go. Devin Singletary is back. This is an interesting one because even though he is going to play, they're saying, Brian Daboll saying that Tyrone Tracy will still see significant touches, which is logical. But now, what do you do with this backfield, especially if you just picked up Tracy?
Yeah, but that's the thing. So significant touches, but it doesn't mean Devin Singletary is getting 0 touches. So I think, I don't want to say they're complete avoids, but
just rather not deal with it.
Yeah, I'd rather not deal with it if possible. But again, I said this, I forget what video I said this on, maybe the Trends video. I think it was a Trends video. Don't drop Tyrone Tracy, because maybe he will be mostly the guy. What if this is a 60-40 Tracy or something, 70-30 Tracy? But I'd also be nervous starting these guys.
Yeah, exactly. I don't take that quote to mean, well, Tracy's a starter, he's going to get the touches, I need to start him. You don't. I mean, he's still not going to get all the touches. And I don't know about this matchup. I think he would rely a little bit more on the receiving output, because the Eagles at the very least have a decent run defense. And what if this game gets to be in their favor? I don't know. You have to also remember Tyrone Tracy the last 2 weeks. This was an offense that didn't have Malik Neighbors. I think that matters. I think that matters at least a little bit. So, Anthony Richardson is going to be the quarterback for the Colts, as we mentioned already. He is in. Russell Wilson getting his first start as a Steeler. You ready for the fireworks?
Oh, yeah, so many fireworks. I mean, really all I care about for this is does he get George Pickens involved? Or is it just the same old George Pickens? That's really all I want to see for this game, for Russ. I don't really care if, no offense, Steelers fans, I don't really care if they win or lose. I don't really care how good Russ looks. I just want to see, does he actually throw the ball to Pickens?
I'm right there with you. As a big Pickens stan and heavily invested in Pickens, an underdog, I'm definitely looking for that. Let's see. Drake May, remember that whole midweek thing where he was getting an MRI? Yeah, that was overblown. It wasn't untrue. There was something, but it seemed to be a little over-exaggerated on the reporting front. But anyways, he's fine.
Yep.
And then we are going to see Amari Cooper in a Buffalo Bills uniform, and Devontae Adams has healed overnight. He is clear of the horrendous nagging hamstring injury and has managed to make his debut with the Jets. And expectations here for these two.
Yeah, expectations, limited snaps, maybe half the snaps. Yeah, desperation kind of flex plays.
Desperation. Oh, okay, we're putting them down there, below the Moonies and the JSNs, that type.
Yeah, because again, I feel better about Adams and Cooper because Adams will it's Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They'll wing it if they have to, right? They'll just wing it. Cooper, I'm a little more worried about because it's not like he has any kind of history with Josh Allen. He doesn't really know the playbook, and they even said that he's going to play, but he doesn't know a lot of the playbook. So that means. And remember, it's not just running the route. Sometimes wide receivers actually do block, and they can't have him out there blocking, okay, you're supposed to block this way, and he blocks the other way, and the play gets blown up. So, yeah, they're risky. They're risky.
Yeah, actually, I agree with that with Cooper, more of a desperation. I really don't feel like he does much. Adams, I feel like they're almost going to force him the ball. Rodgers, they're going to try to make a point. Look, we got our way, we get what we want. But I still don't love him this game, but we'll see what happens. Speaking of underdog and Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, well, fan or not, doesn't matter. You want to take this pick because he will probably again for the fifth time to keep rolling this one out after last year's debacle, which Aaron Rodgers didn't get a yard in his one game as a Jet. He's done it. Let's keep the streak going. Aaron Rodgers just getting 1 yard. This matters if you're a new customer and underdog because right now you can get this pick 0.5 total yards. Take the higher. You get this. It's a free pick for you if you sign up for underdog for the very first time. And then you also, in addition to the freebie, you're going to get your special deposit match bonus up to $1,000 worth of bonus cash in your account when you sign up for the first time using code ENDGAME. And this is still the best time to do it because October, still got almost 2 weeks left in October, and it's Boostober for underdog. That means every day of the month, getting some sort of a profit boost token. That means you make your picks for whatever. It doesn't have to even just be NFL. It could be college football, a ton of games today, a ton of players to choose from. It could be MLB playoffs, NBA season also is coming, NHL season is here. All right, so you can use these profit boost tokens for anything and add some extra to your wins. So do this, but use code ENDGAME when you sign up to take advantage of all of that. And we're going to get to your questions, but I also have to remind you, there's another way we answer your questions. It's through our app. It's called Draft Lane. It's us. It's me and Chris and I, Chris and me. We're going to answer your questions on here because you ask them on the app. We get right back to you. We don't just tell you who to start sit. We can also see your roster. We can see your league mates rosters if you ask a trade question, and that helps us to really dig deep and get into all the analytics of who makes the most sense for your team. And we can also chat by giving you personalized messages. So it is worth it. Check it out. It's a free download, App Store, Play Store. go ahead and get it now. It's called Draft Lane, and that's the best way to get in contact with us if you're not here or if you still have questions after the stream. But we do have a lot of questions on the stream already. We better get to it.
All right, let's go.
Do this. Now we have been online less than a half hour. Sunit Bulukshar has been on, well, at least he commented about 5 hours ago. Sunit, I hope you're still here. Take this trade. Lamb, Debo, Etienne to give Tyreek and Kamara.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Tua. All reports are is he's back next week as expected. So hopefully you didn't panic trade Tyreek. Hopefully you went out and bought low on Tyreek, Waddle, and Achane if possible.
Yeah.
But I think in this case, well, I mean, this is basically Lamb and Debo for Tyreek and Kamara.
Yeah.
I think I still want Tyreek and Kamara here. I know Kamara's been not so good the last 2 weeks, and he might be bad again next week because we might be looking at another week of Spencer Rattler, but then we'll get Derek Carr back, and then it should get better for Kamara. So I still prefer Kamara to Debo. Tyreek Lamb to me is like very close now that we know Tua's back next week. So I'm going to take the Tyreek Kamara side.
I am too. Tyreek is still, I think until this weekend ends, still a great buy low because you're probably not getting a lot out of him this week. And Kamara now has become a buy low because he went from dominating as the RB1 for the first 2 games of the season to now becoming almost unplayable. And then now that we didn't talk about this, I don't think it's worth talking about. People were saying he wanted to trade out of New Orleans, and then he posted something like, "I don't want to get traded." Like, you're making this up.
That was a false report by somebody with like 3,000 followers trying to get clicks. Right. He even commented on it. Not true.
Yeah, no, it's not true. But people will believe anything on social media. It's not true, but it is true that the Saints are now looking like the worst team in the NFL. And that might happen for another week. So I think after this weekend, both those guys are great buy lows. But I think this is fine. It's worth it. Get rid of Etienne. Yeah, I think I would do this.
And we already had some huge news.
Already?
Mike Evans off the injury report. Good to go for Monday night. There you go. Get him in your lineups. Not even on the injury report. So get him in your lineups.
Thank God. Yeah. So now I think he's just don't even ask. He must start. I mean, you could ask, but you have. Yeah. You're starting. You're starting Mike Evans.
I'm starting Mike Evans if I have Mike Evans. Yes.
All right. Try to simplify it. It's TTV Phoenix 24. Downs, Tracy, Pop, or Juju.
It's close between Pop and Downs for me. Although I did see that I think Tyson Campbell is back for the Jags this week, so that is a boost to that secondary. But I don't think he's going to be covering Pop much.
No.
Pop runs a lot out of the slot. So, but I think I'm still going to go Downs here. I'm still going to go Downs. I wish it was Flacco, but I'm still going Downs.
I do wish it was Flacco. I'm going to go Downs too. Still a great spot for him. He's been so good, so consistent the last couple of weeks. They're still going to throw it his way. It's not like he's going to go down. And this is a good matchup. Dolphins giving up a fair amount of points to inside receivers. Jay is here. Downs is questionable. He's always questionable. Good matchup if he's out. Smith-Schuster or Dell?
Well, I think I start Dell over Downs anyways. I mean, I like Downs this week, but I think you got to like Dell more after what we saw last week. Led the team in targets, led the team in first read percentage. I'm not scared of this Packers secondary isn't going to scare me off of Dell. I think Dell is over Downs for me, even if Downs was like fully healthy and not on the report.
Yeah, exactly. Dell finally showed what we wanted to see last week. Still going to be the 1, 2, whatever receiver there. Yeah, I think it's Downs. I mean, Dell. It's Dell. Other John, what's up? Needs 3 from Hill, Hunt, Mooney, Ayuk, and Tank Bigsby.
Well, this question will get a lot easier next week.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Bigsby, assuming Etienne is out, which I'm leaning towards him being out. I still got to roll with Ayuk here over these guys as much as I don't want to. This might be the last week I say that, and I might regret that I'm even saying it, to be honest. We'll see. We'll see what Ayuk does this week. Bigsby, Ayuk.
You want to say Mooney? I know you do.
I mean, a little bit of me does. A little bit of me wants to say Kareem Hunt.
Really?
But a little bit of me wants to say just roll with Tyreek Hill. Because it's not really a great. I mean, what have we heard about Reek Woolen, actually? Is he playing? Is Reek Woolen playing?
He is on the injury report. I thought he was going to be out. I could be wrong. I think Reek Woolen and
he's out.
Trey
He's
Brown?
out. So I might go Mooney with Reek Woolen out. I might go Mooney.
Yeah, there was another corner out for Seattle as well. I think Mooney's totally fine in this matchup. I think Trey Brown.
Yeah, Trey Brown also out. So yeah, I might just go Mooney here.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. Mooney, Ayuk, and Bigsby. That's exactly what I would do. What about Frosif? Needs to sit one between Ladd, Eckler, Worthy. He said he's leaning towards Worthy.
Yeah, I'm definitely sitting Worthy here. I know it's every week we're going to talk ourselves into the Worthy upside, but Ladd has upside this week. And look, Eckler, even with B-Rob back, I still like Eckler. It's the Panthers. They just gave up like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns to the Falcon running backs. Why can't Eckler get a piece? I'm sitting Worthy.
Exactly, because there's one thing even with Rashee Rice out, even if Juju happens to be out because he's in the injury report, it doesn't mean Worthy gets 10 targets. He won't. It means Justin Watson gets targets. It means Noah Gray gets targets. It means, they're just diversify. Worthy's never going to be that guy. So, yeah, I'm going to sit Worthy as well. All right, we have Unforgiven. Okay, his roster's down here. Starts at full PPR and 1 point per 5 rushing yards.
Wow. Okay.
Point so for 5 rushing yards.
That's
Am I doing double. The math right? 100-yard game is 20 points.
Yes, that's double. That's double what most leagues are. Yes.
Okay. Well, keeping that in mind, Jaden Daniels is a nice player to have.
Yes.
Henry, Brees, Terry, Dell, Bowers, B-Rob, Mason, and on the bench is Evans is on the bench. Harrison, Higgins. Damn. This is an 18 league.
Okay, I'm gonna go Evans over Dell.
Yeah.
And even with the rushing yards, it's not a great matchup for Mason this week, and he's coming off that injury. I don't think we see Mason get like a huge rushing yard day. I know it's a nice bonus, but I think I'm going to go Higgins here at the flex.
Yeah, I mean, I like Higgins. I don't know how you sit Higgins. I don't know how you have these players on your bench. Again, if this is not an 18 league, if it's like 10 or 12, you congratulations on the trophy. But I agree. Evans, I already said, must start. So I'll switch Evans for Dell. Man, I love B-Rob this week. I think I would have to, with that rushing upside, I would think I would have to keep Mason in there. So I know Higgins is hard to sit, but I think I would have to go the running back. So it's up to you, Unforgiven. If you're not feeling Mason, you can sit Mason. Also keep an eye on B-Rob. I mean, he is questionable. If he's out or limited, then that makes your decision for you. Right. NTY, Mason, Pollard, Cook, Connor, sit one. Is it Mason?
Yeah, I'm just going to sit Mason. I mean, I know he's playing. I know he's not on the injury report, but I do worry that, this is an injury that, like, I'm not a Twitter doctor, but this is an injury that, he could, take a hit, land on the shoulder, and then he doesn't play anymore. But I also wonder how many if he's going to get his full, his usual workload here. And they're going up against the Chiefs, one of the best run defenses. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit Mason out of this group.
Right. In this group, I will sit Mason because I feel good enough about the others. Pollard in good spot. Spears is hurt. Cook pretty much an auto start. I don't love Connor's matchup. It's really the worst matchup possible against the Chargers, but still, he's the workhorse there, and it's not a good matchup for Mason. So in this case, I'll sit Mason too. Moises, what is up? Who to flex? Aaron Jones, Mason again. Hill, Bigsby, or Douglas? So only one?
Oh.
This is a tough one.
This is a tough one. Again, not a great spot for Aaron Jones this week, but man, it would be hard to bench Aaron Jones if he plays. But he could be limited, though. Mason already talked about Tyreek Hill still has one more week of Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, this is
well. Let's see. I'm probably going to decide between Bigsby and Pop. And the good news, even though how can we play Pop over Tyreek Hill? Can we really play Pop over? I don't think we can play Pop over those guys. Can we? Are we too high on Pop? Too high on Pop? Can't do that, can we?
I think with this group, it might be going too high.
Yeah. I might just roll with Tyreek Hill in PPR. He had 12. He got 6 catches last game for 60 yards. He wasn't horrible. They'll find ways to get him the ball. He could always hit that home run. I'm just going to go Tyreek Hill here and take what I get.
Yeah, this is a tough one. And he was asking about Tua. We already said, yes, he is practicing. He should be back next week. Very good news, but he shouldn't be horrible this week against the Colts. Very bad defense. So right. I'd say if you want to kind of play it safe-ish, you can go Tank Bigsby. But Hill will have more upside in a PPR league. So, and then it also wants to know his 12-teamer between Monty, Connor, BTJ, or Downs.
This is tough, but I just don't see how you sit Monty right now. I know it's a bad matchup for Monty this week, but it's not necessarily a smash spot for Brian Thomas Jr. either this week, and it's really definitely not a smash spot for Connor. So I think I just roll with Monty and hope he keeps finding the end zone.
Exactly. Feel better about Monty versus Connor. Both really tough run defenses are going against, but I feel a little bit better about that Detroit Lions offense. I like Downs better than BTJ. So I will say again, if you really want to shoot for some upside, it might be Downs, but Monty is the more sensible pick. All right, we got a sticker, not just a regular sticker, but a super one from Mark Seaman Bone. In a tough spot, this is non-PPR. Which 3 receivers? Going Metcalf, Hill, and Flowers. So, man, I don't know how you set Neighbors.
Yeah, I'm not sitting Neighbors. I'm going Metcalf, Flowers, Neighbors. Flowers, Neighbors. I can't sit Neighbors. He's playing. He's in my lineup. Even in non-PPR, he can score. He can get you 100 yards. Give me Neighbors.
Yeah, I feel better about Neighbors' chances to score than Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins' offense. I mean, look, this is tough. These are all good receivers, which is a good problem to have. But I think for one more week, let's just sit Hill. This is where you can avoid the risk. This group is very different from the other group. No offense, Moises, but it's a very different group. Metcalf should bounce back. Flowers has been great, and Neighbors is almost a must start. Next week, we'll see. It'll be different. Tony Thomas became a member. Thank you, Tony. And Tony's got a question. Pick 2, all Connor right. Stevenson and Devin Singletary.
Well, I'm going to bench Singletary here. It sounds like Stevenson's good to go, and it's a great matchup for him. And I know Connor, a tough matchup, but it does sound like Tyron Tracy. This at least might be a split backfield. If not, maybe a 1A, 1B with Tracy. So I'm just going to go Stevenson and Connor and sit Singletary.
Exactly. You can sit Singletary here. 2 receivers in a flex between Harrison, Devontae, JSN, Mooney, Smith-Schuster, or Pop. Y'all are bringing the heat already. From the jump, we have some tough questions.
Harrison and I guess Adams. I mean, I like Mooney. I like Pop. I actually kind of like JSN this week, but I think you just got to roll with Harrison and Adams.
Yeah, I do think Harrison still starts over these guys. Yeah, I'll put Smith-Schuster last out of this group. I'll put JSN second to last. I think the flex is tougher. Mooney or Douglas. I think I'm leaning Mooney. Because we need 3 of these guys. I think 2 receivers.
We need a flex. I missed that.
Harrison, Adams, Mooney.
I guess I mean I like JSN and Pop, but Mooney's probably the better choice. Yeah, these are tough. These are tough questions already.
Yeah, let's go with that for now, Tony. And then Rodrigo Rendon in 12-man got Lamar Bijan, Etienne Neighbors, Devontae Smith, I think Bigsby, Jordan Addison, and Maserati, maybe Marv. Who to start, who to sit? We don't know how many you need.
Yeah, I don't know how many you need. I assume 2-2-1. I assume 2-2-1. So yeah, Lamar, of course, Bijan, Etienne, Neighbors, Devonta Smith, Tank B, Jordan Addison.
I think the first question is, could you go with Tank Bigsby over Etienne this week?
I don't think so. I don't think I could.
I feel like Neighbors is a must start.
Yeah, Neighbors and Smith are in.
I really like Addison. I think I would put Addison over Harrison, honestly, if that's your flex choice.
Yeah, I think that's probably who I'll flex is Addison. Although Tank, assuming, of course, Etienne is out. I mean, I can't say Tank is safe because it seems a little much, but it's a good matchup this week for him. So yeah, I'm gonna go Addison at the flex.
There you go. So I guess that means, and I don't know if you need 3 receivers or 2 flex or what. It doesn't say, but I think the last one out of this group, I think the last one on the list for me, the guy to sit is Harrison. I know he's active, but I don't love his matchup. And you got good enough players, so I don't think you need to start him. Derek Gonzalez. What's up, Derek? Murray, Stafford, or May?
I think I'm still going Murray here. I do like May and Stafford this week, but I don't think I could put them over Murray. I'm going Murray.
No, I'm not trusting Stafford. Even if Kupp is back, I don't want to start Stafford if I don't have to. Njoku or Andrews? Mark Andrews is looking startable. And hey, this defense, I think don't mind having Andrews in my lineup for the first time.
I don't love having Andrews in my lineup, even though he's been good. It feels like a lot of smoke and mirrors here. He's still running barely half the routes. But I mean, how good can we feel about Njoku? So I guess just go Andrews.
Yeah, I would go Andrews. Douglas, Harrison, Downs, or Juju? Just one?
I think I got to go Downs here. I like the matchup for Downs this week. Gonna go Downs.
Yep, we'll agree on Downs. All right, we got Sammy. Too much depth. Too much. If you have to bench one of these, then I agree. Zay or Debo?
Yeah, I'm just gonna bench Debo this week. That I want to get a piece of that Ravens Bucks game if I can. That should be a very high scoring, high passing game. Give me Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I can't think of a reason to sit Zay Flowers this week. He's almost a must. And Debo, tough matchup. We got a wrist thing, whatever. Yeah, I can sit Debo, but not Zay. Good afternoon, Gabriel. Flexing this week in half PPR, Chase Brown, Mooney, or Trey Sermon.
It doesn't say half PPR. I think I still go Mooney here. It's a good matchup for Mooney. I mean, Sermon, okay, sure. It's a good spot for Sermon, but very risky. And it's not like Chase Brown is completely pulled away from Zach Moss. And one thing about the Browns, they actually do still have a decent run defense. So I'm just going to go Mooney. Saying yes to Mooney a lot this week. I really hope Mooney doesn't bust.
I feel good about Mooney this week. I think he'll bounce back. I know he didn't have a great week, but they're at home. The Kirk's on fire. Seattle's got some injuries, and Seattle's kind of struggling in general. Yeah, I think Mooney's solid. I think not a super high ceiling type of game necessarily, but I think he's very solid. So I'm fine with that. Dan O, would you rank Juju, Pop, Rico, and Pickens rest of season because he has to drop somebody?
Pickens 1, Pop. Pickens 1, Rico 2, Pop 3, Juju 4, I think is my ranking.
Yeah, I can't drop Pickens.
No.
And then I think Rico being a running back is going to be a little more valuable than those other two. So between Pop and Juju, I think right now I'll favor Pop and say Juju's droppable. We'll see. I'm curious to see if Drake May, after this week or even this week itself, if he starts to shift and move around his targets instead of honing in on Demario Douglas so much because he's going across the slot. Maybe he tries to throw it to like Jalen Polk or somebody else. We'll see. Kendrick Bourne maybe starts to come on, but yeah. Thomas is in a dilemma. Acquired Lad yesterday. Okay, well, that's good. Got JD. That's good. Pop, Debo, Kyron, Achane, McBride, and then we need to flex 2. Juju, Mason, Evans, or Lad. I mean, you got to start Evans now.
Evans and Lad. I'm going Evans and Lad. Yeah, again, like Juju's fine, but I've seen this movie before where Juju goes out there and has a big game and then the next week does nothing. And it wasn't just Juju on the Steelers. It was Juju on the Chiefs with no Tyreek Hill. Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? So Evans and Lad for me. And then again, like I said, Mason, yeah, very, very risky this week, I think.
Yeah. This is pretty easy. Evans and Lad. I like Lad. I'm hoping he's good. Now is he still questionable? I don't know if we mentioned him. That's one I hope he plays.
Lad McConkey?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So I know earlier in the week he was questionable, but I don't see that he's got an injury designation anymore. It says they were limited on Friday, but
yeah, I don't see anything. I feel good about him playing this week. I mean, you never know, but I feel good about him.
All right. Yeah. So if he plays, then go with that. Matthew Coot. Start 4. DK Amon-Ra, Deontay, Garrett Wilson, Devontae.
All right. So we're starting the first 3. We got to choose which jet wide receiver do we want. I mean, is there...
I mean, I know I said that they're going to probably try to get the ball to Devontae. It doesn't mean they're not going to get the ball to Garrett Wilson. Got to think Garrett Wilson still runs more routes and gets as many targets.
Yeah, I got to go Garrett Wilson here. Although I am worried that Aaron Rodgers just throws the ball to his buddy. But I got to go Garrett Wilson still.
Yeah, let's go the first 4, sit Devontae just to avoid that risk. If Deontay happens to not play, don't think it'll happen, but he's questionable. If he doesn't play, then you're all jet this week, which can't feel good. Pedro Navarez, welcome back, Pedro. In a 10-team non-PPR, Goff or Erich?
I'm going to go Richardson. Goff is safer, I guess, but I just think Richardson has so much more upside with that rushing. I'm gonna gamble on that and go with Richardson.
Got to think that the Lions won't have quite as easy of a time this week because they don't get to play the Cowboys at their home. They're going to play a very tough defense. So on the road, yeah, I don't think it's going to be the Goff week that you want him. So let's go Richardson. Walker, Hubbard, JJ London, Kincaid, or Andrews. Okay, so Kincaid or Andrews. Well, Kincaid. Is Kincaid good to go?
That's right. We didn't talk about him. I didn't see him. I think he's good to go. Because I didn't see him on the injury list.
Yeah, he doesn't have a designation. So Kincaid's good.
I'm going Kincaid. Again, I know Mark Andrews has been pretty good the last 2 games, but he's still only running. Like, he only ran 53% of the routes last week. Like, you're really playing with fire here with Mark Andrews, I think. So give me Dalton Kincaid still.
Yeah, Andrews, again, very interesting. 2 weeks in a row, making plays, catching touchdowns, and it's that Tampa defense. So he is interesting, but if it's my team, I'm probably still rolling Kincaid out. And then he says St. Brown or B-Rob.
I guess this is his flex. This is your flex. Oh man, I mean, I don't really want to sit B-Rob, but I can't sit St. Brown. I'm going St.
You
Brown.
can't sit St. Brown.
Although wait, it's non-PPR. Okay, I'm going to go Brian Robinson actually in non-PPR.
Oh, non-PPR. Yeah, good catch. Wow. Then yeah, you do want to flex a running back. No wonder you have that decision. And it's a 10-teamer. All right, well, there you go. We're going to go with Richardson and B-Rob. Although, of course, keep an eye on B-Rob's injury status. Samuel, what's up, Samuel? Am I crazy to go Drake May over Kyler? Are you the one? Somebody asked this on Draft Lane. I said I still have to go Kyler. Now that Harrison's playing, I'm going Kyler.
I'm going Kyler too. I'm going Kyler. He's a rookie. I mean, look, maybe he'll be better. Maybe after this week it won't seem so crazy. But like, if you're feeling Drake May, go Drake May. I will say the Jags getting Tyson Campbell back. It's going to be a bolster to that secondary. But if you want to risk it, go for it. But I'm going Kyler.
Yeah, it's not crazy. I mean, it does make sense on paper. You look at the matchups, it definitely favors May, but still. We also have to look at the fact that May, a lot of his production came in a game where they were losing early, had to throw it a lot, some production in, garbage time. So don't want to go crazy here. I'm still starting Kyler. Marcus, speaking of crazy, got that crazy league where it's PPR and point per carry, and everyone has Pro Bowl caliber teams. All right, so here we go. Baker, Love, and Hurts. Which one?
Hurts. Give me the point per carry from Hurts. Hurts.
At some point, we just need to post Marcus's team so everyone can see what we're talking about, because we always say this. I never have any idea how to answer these questions.
Exactly. It's almost impossible.
I mean, Baker's in a great spot, but I can't sit Hurts. Brees, Bijan, Jacobs, Monty, Neighbors, Tyreek, Jaden Reed. We need 2, 2, and 1.
Well, this one's actually pretty easy. I'm going Brees and Bijan. I'm going Neighbors and Jaden Reed, and then I'm going to flex Jacobs because of that point per carry. I can sit Monty and Tyreek this week. Monty in a tough spot, and I don't even know if I don't think Monty even gets as many carries as Jacobs on a given week because he splits with Gibbs. Tyreek dealing with Huntley. I'll just go Brees, Bijan, Neighbors, and Reed. Jacobs, I guess, will be my flex.
Yeah, actually, that is a little bit easier this week. There you go. I swear he also has, I think he has like CeeDee Lamb on his bench, who's on bye or something.
I think he might have traded the Monroe. I don't remember. Yeah,
he did. He traded on Monroe. Sal Palumbo in half needs a running back and 2 flex. Both Giants, Sermon, Deontay, Downs, Watson.
All right, well, I'm going Deontay and Downs at flex. I think I'm just going to go Sermon at running back this week. It's a good matchup for him. It's a good bounce back spot. With Anthony Richardson, they probably run the ball more. And contrary to what people think, running quarterbacks help the running back. I'm just going to point you to Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, who actually looks good this year with Justin Fields, and I'm a little worried about him now because he doesn't have Justin Fields. So let's just go with Sermon.
Yeah, avoid the 50-50 split. Go with Sermon, Deontay, and Downs. Easy. All right, we'll go with Sir Cap-a-Lot. Just one of these choices, these fine choices. Man. Algier, Vidal, Chandler, and Tracy. I mean, if Aaron Jones doesn't play, it's got to be Chandler.
Yeah, if Aaron Jones doesn't play, it's Chandler. I think Algier against the Seahawks might be my second choice because I feel like he gets involved enough and he could get goal line run. I'm not really willing to bet on Tyron Tracy being the lead back in New York just yet. So I think Chandler number 1 if Aaron Jones is out. Otherwise, Algier will be my number 2.
Fair enough. Yeah, Chandler. We'll see. I would say, again, only if Aaron Jones is out. If Aaron Jones is playing and they're like, well, we're not sure. No, he's going to get most of their touches. It's really not a great matchup. You'd only go with Chandler because of the volume there. So Chandler if Jones is out, and then I think Algier is fine too. Trone has got a couple of questions. Trone Force. 2 receivers in a flex between all of these guys. Okay, well, I think if Kupp plays, you play him. But let's assume Kupp is not.
Well, I'll just rank them. You need 2 in a flex. So I'll rank the top 4. Cup, Terry, Mooney, Tyreek, I think is my top 4. So if Cup is out, then obviously you're going to play Terry, Mooney, Tyreek. If Cup plays, I'm going to play Cup, Terry, Mooney.
Agree. That makes sense. Okay. And then he's saying if Cup is active, he has to drop somebody. D-Hop again, the may get traded thing. Braylon Allen, Ty Chandler, Madison, Mostert, Jason, Mooney.
Yeah, I'd probably just drop Madison. It sounds like Zamir White has a chance to play this week, but are you ever really going to start Madison? Let's be real. Drop Madison.
Agree. Drop Madison. S. Just S. Harrison, B-Rob, or T. Higgins, half.
I think in half PPR, as much as I like Higgins this week, I think I still got to go Brian Robinson against that Panthers run defense if he plays. If Brian Robinson doesn't play, then I'll go Higgins.
Yeah, I think Harrison is clearly third in this group. Like both. We had both of these guys as booms, right? Robinson and Higgins. So I guess if he's good to go, since it is half, you can go Robinson. But Higgins is totally fine. MC somehow is 1 in 5, gut-wrenching losses. That's why fantasy football is painful.
Yeah.
So wants to know, with his situation, would you give Zay and Dobbins to get JT and Harrison, bet on some upside there?
I mean, if you weren't 1 in 5, maybe, but like, what are you gonna do? Okay, so you got Gibbs.
He's not playing.
Okay, so if you trade away Dobbins, Aaron Jones might not play. Jonathan Brooks isn't playing. You don't want to start Etienne even if he does play. Like, you're gonna roll Gibbs, and I don't even who's your RB2 going to be if you trade away Dobbins right now. I think if you were like 3 and 3, I might take the JT Harrison side, but you need a win this week. You need to get that W. Let's play Zay and Dobbins this week. These guys should be really good this week. Both of them. They should help you get that W this week.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm glad you clarified this, MC. If in a vacuum, if you're asking which side I prefer, it would be the JT side, but you can't get nothing from JT this week and go with Etienne. What if Etienne doesn't even play? I mean, yeah, you basically could get nothing at your RB2 spot. You have to draft, pick up somebody. Yeah, no. Don't do this for your team right now. Jedi Koth needs running back in a flex. Robinson, Dobbins, Deontay, or Devon. I guess Achane.
All right, Deontay is going to be the flex if he plays. Brian Robinson is going to be the running back if he plays. If for some reason one of those, like if Brian Robinson doesn't play, I'm playing JK at running back. And then if Deontay doesn't play, I'll flex JK. So I hope that made sense. Hopefully the way I worded that made sense. Made sense in my head.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume everybody plays because everything is perfect. I'll go Robinson and Deontay. And if not, I think JK would be my next choice, maybe. Let's do a couple of quickies here. We'll catch up on the super chats, but let's help Matthew Rodriguez out. I think we can do this easily. Terry or Downs?
Still got to go Terry. It's a good spot for Terry this week, and he's got Jaden Daniels. Terry.
Yeah, definitely Terry. And then also wants to know Bigsby or Goods.
Bigsby. Definitely Bigsby.
Definitely Bigsby. Yeah. And then let's do Anthony Terry. Goff or Murray?
Again, I'm still going to go Murray here. I mean, okay, Goff may be a little safer, but I just think Murray with that rushing has way more upside.
Exactly. Yeah, I get it. We're not loving Kyler these days, but I'm worried about Goff not having a great game this week. So Murray it is. And then Sven Dragon. What's up, Sven? Addison or Juju over Mason? I guess you're on board with this.
Yeah, I would just go Addison over him. I'm very nervous about Mason this week. I'm just going to go Addison.
Right. And then Instinct for Life. Cooper or Higgins?
This is definitely Higgins here. Like this may become Cooper at some point, but let's not risk it the very first week with the new team. He's only been there for 5 days? Let's go Higgins.
Yeah, exactly. Risk with Cooper and Higgins, not just doing really well, but if you watch the Boom video, you should know you want Higgins if possible. So go Higgins. Senor Rojo, what is up? Got offered Harrison for my Mason and Keon. Oh, yes. That's a smash
Yeah.
accept.
Yeah, take Harrison for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't even care who your other running backs are, honestly, unless your other running backs were complete garbage, which they're not. So take Harrison, definitely.
Yeah, even so, who is trading for Keon Coleman right now? Is what I'm wondering. Like, well, now they got Amari Cooper. That's going to open up Keon Coleman. Like, that's not how it works. This is a great time to trade Mason. Like you said, you're worried about him this week, and then CMC might be back. So this is a good offer for you. Bullman also has an Amari Cooper related question. With the risk, you go Amari or Chase Brown?
I just go Chase Brown. Here. I don't. Might not be the best week for Chase Brown, but I think he'll be good enough. Let's see how much Cooper actually plays in this first game before we put him in our lineups if possible.
Agree. Chase Brown it is. Let's mash those two together. Jordan Hernandez, Mason or Chase Brown?
This one's closer. Here I think I probably still go Mason.
Yeah, I guess I'm not quite as worried about Mason as you. I get he's not going to be his best week necessarily, but I still think I'm going to go with a guy in the Niners offense. So let's go Mason here. All right, Pete. In League One, PPR, pick a receiver and a tight end between Judy, Juju, Njoku, Andrews, or Kraft.
Do we go all in on the Browns, Judy and Njoku?
No. I'm thinking the opposite.
I'll go Juju and Andrews.
Yeah. I think I can easily say no to both Browns here. Yeah, Juju and Andrews. League Two, pick a quarterback and a running back, Burrow or Mayfield.
Oh, I think I got to go Baker. As hard as it is to bench Burrow, how can you bench Baker right now and he gets this Ravens defense? Give me Baker.
Sentence I didn't imagine I would ever say is you can't sit Baker Mayfield. Must start. Mason or Bigsby.
If Etienne is completely out, and again, you're going to have to check this because remember, it's the early game tomorrow in London, I'll go Bigsby. But if Etienne plays, I'll go Mason.
That's fair. That's fair enough. I think I like Tank better. I guess if Etienne does play, he might throw a wrench in that, though. JR, what is up? JR Fuentes, would you trade away Ayuk for Olave? It's interesting.
Yeah, at this point, I'll just take Olave. I know right now it seems like how can you be trading for Olave? The Saints are a dumpster fire. But remember, the first two games they were playing way over their heads. But even the two games after that, even though they didn't win, they weren't a dumpster fire in those two games. They were at least like a serviceable offense. It's just been these two games of Spencer Rattler. So you got to, okay. Spencer Rattler isn't the starting QB rest of the year. As much as I hoped he would come in and be that guy, he's not. It's going to be Derek Carr either next week or the week after. And then you're going to get Olave with no Rashid Shaheed the rest of the season, with Derek Carr getting every target pretty much. Yeah, give me Olave.
I would do this too. I think I'd take Olave. We have Shaheed out. He's already the number one receiver for his offense, and now he's going to be clearly number one. You know, Ayuk's still fighting for targets, and he's not having his best season. So, yeah, I think you could do this. What about Brandon Sky? Yeah, happy college football day to you, by the way. If anytime soon I start trailing off and staring at the other part of the screen, it's because I'm watching the score in the fourth quarter. Canes are still winning, but it's too close for comfort. Brian Thomas Jr., Pittman, Marvin Harrison, JMO, just one. I know who I like.
Yeah, I guess let's just shoot for the upside of Jameson Williams.
Pittman is fine. I think he's fine. Just don't feel it's a great game for him. Harrison,
Right.
again, a tough matchup. And what has he really done the last couple of weeks? I think he's startable, but I don't like him as much as Jameson Williams. Yeah, I already talked about this in the boom. I like Jameson Williams this week. So there we go. A Strick. What about CEH? Are we going back there again?
I have not seen any updates on him. I really doubt. I mean, at this point, he's another one of these guys. Oh, he's off the injury report for week 7, so he's playing, I guess. Or at least he's not on the injury report. I guess they haven't said he's for sure playing. Yeah, I don't know. Keep an eye on him and see.
Well, anybody who's a longtime viewer is known ever since the day CEH was drafted by the Chiefs. I've never been in on CEH, so I'm absolutely not in on CEH now. Could he? Probably not.
I will say this. I was drafting a lot of CEH in early best ball before remember the Deneric Prince hype? That was fun.
I did almost fall for Deneric Prince.
Yeah, and then the Carson Steele hype. So I would be very happy if CEH came back and took over the RB1 job. Well, at least until Pacheco comes back for my best ball teams. But I'm not betting on it.
Not betting on it. All right. What about Bill? Wait a minute. Did you say something about underdog? I swear I heard you say underdog.
Yes.
Okay. So that just reminded me of something. We partner with Underdog. And in case you didn't know, if you sign up right now, you get a free pick. It's Aaron Rodgers just getting 1 yard, take the higher, and then you win this pick. It's a free pick for you if you sign up for the very first time on Underdog using code ENDGAME. If you use code ENDGAME when you sign up, that also gets you, besides this free pick, all sorts of free goodies because it's Boostober. You're getting free bonus tokens that you can use, boost your profit on all sorts of picks, not just for NFL, but any sport. But you have to use that code ENDGAME when you check out, and that also gets you 50% deposit match all the way up to $1,000 worth of bonus cash. So check it out if you haven't already for some reason. It's a good time to do it. So just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that, just in case you weren't. Bill. Got Cook, Gibbs, Najee Ford, A.J. Brown, Waddle, Deontay, Thomas, Watson. Was offered Tank Dell, Puka Nacua, and Kareem Hunt for Jahmyr Gibbs.
Nah, I think I just keep Jahmyr Gibbs here. This feels like the 3-player platter. Like Dell is okay right now, but what happens when Nico comes back? Hunt is fine. We still have no real word on Puka. I'm just gonna keep Gibbs here.
These are 3 pretty good players, though. I mean, I know you're taking a chance on Puka coming back soon and doing something. I mean, if you give up Gibbs, though, that's the thing. Ford is droppable. Najee is risky. Yeah, that's the thing. Is this hurts your running back room, I think, too much. Do you really want Kareem Hunt as like your every week RB2? You might not. I was tempted for a second, but nah, I don't think this is good for you. Typically going to avoid the 3-player platter. D, half PPR, 2 running backs in a flex. Mason, Achane, Connor Mooney.
I'm going to go Achane, Connor, and Mooney. I think I might be too low on Jordan Mason, but I'm very nervous for Mason. Achane, Connor, and Mooney.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I like Mooney this week. It's half. That's fine. These guys are pretty close. I don't love any of those running backs. Hate to say it. They're all startable. So Achane, Connor, Mooney is fine. What about Ernesto Balsaceres? Expectations on Seattle versus Atlanta. Kirk Cousins or Drake May?
Cousins. Seattle down there, 2 of their top corners. They've been giving up so much to everything. I got to go Cousins.
Yeah, I like Cousins this week. I think he'll be totally fine. You're asking expectations on Seattle versus Atlanta. I mean, my expectation is that they're going to struggle on defense. My expectation is it's going to be kind of similar, though not nearly to the extent as what happened against Detroit, where they fell behind early, had to make some comebacks. So I think Seattle's receivers have some intrigue. I'm still playing DK, but I don't know. I don't know what's up with Seattle. I'm definitely going Cousins here. What about there's another Drake May question? I get it. I get it. Arrogant bastard. Is it crazy to consider Drake May over Pat Mahomes? Not crazy, but I don't think I would do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I think this is less crazy than Kyler, honestly, because Mahomes hasn't been great, and Mahomes doesn't give you the ability to run for a 50-yard touchdown. So, yeah, I probably still go Mahomes, but I don't think it's crazy. If you want to go with Drake May, go with Drake May.
If you want to, it's not crazy. Again, this might be a gut feel thing. Who knows? Maybe Drake May is it /
Maybe.
him. Bobby Brook, good evening. In a one quarterback league, should I roster 2 QBs? Got Love and Kyler.
I mean, I don't want to roster 2 QBs, but I think if I got Love and Kyler, I'm not dropping one of these guys. Not dropping one. If you want to try to trade one, go for it, but I'm not dropping Love or Kyler.
Yeah, I mean, we always say you don't need a number 2 QB. It sometimes, I mean, it really depends, right? Because Love missed some weeks, and then Kyler hasn't been great. So if you want to play matchups, I think that's fine. But especially Bobby, remember your team, you have a good team. I don't think you need the RB stash because I think you have good enough players. So I think this is fine. And also, look, you're saying your league tends to stash QBs. That means if you drop Kyler, you're not getting him back. That's fine. Kyle just wants to know Hill or Dell, Tyreek or Tank.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Tank, honestly. I'm going to go Tank. I just think he's got probably more upside and less risk. This week. Next week, this is going to be Tyreek Hill. But this week is for one more week. Sadly, for one more week, it's Tank Dell.
Yeah, thankfully. But yeah, this week you can go Dell. What about Halal Sob, Kyler, or one of any of those quarterbacks, Geno, Purdy, Goff, T-Law, Herbert, or me?
I'm considering Purdy.
We already answered the May one a lot. Geno, I'm not feeling great about. Again, he might put up 300-yard game again just due to sheer volume. But again, how many touchdowns is he throwing for? Oh, wait, I know. Exactly 1 per game. Every single game, exactly 1 touchdown. I don't think that's enough upside. I already said I don't like Goff. Herbert doesn't throw enough. T-Law. I don't really want to. Purdy's the only one I would.
Yeah, I might go Purdy if you're like, hey, I don't want to deal with Kyler Murray. I think Purdy's fine.
There you go. And then Downs, Ladd, Goodson, or Juju?
I think I still go Josh Downs here. It's close between him and Ladd, but I think I still go Josh Downs.
Yeah, still like Downs the best here. PD Tabil started. Okay, well that's fine. A lot of people started Kamara. Needs 2 now between Cook, Mason, Hunt.
I think you got to play James Cook. Can't lie when I say Hunt and Mason is actually close for me this week. It's not a bad matchup for Hunt. 49ers run defense just kind of so. The Mason, man, going against the Chiefs with that shoulder. I might be way too low on Mason, but I might just go Hunt this week.
Cook definitely for me. Mason, Hunt, same game. How do we think this game is going to go? I don't know. This is tough. If it's me, I'm probably going Mason, but it is close. Cody Greenwood is back and asking QB questions like crazy, but not done yet. Kyler or Mahomes? Or drop Mahomes. I'm surprised you're saying drop Mahomes, not Kyler. Grab Cousins. You got choices.
No, I'm just going to start Kyler here. I have a team where I drafted Mahomes and I was able to pick up Baker, and I just had Mahomes on my bench and I keep playing Baker. But I don't want to just drop Mahomes, because what if Mahomes throws for 302 this week, and now you just gifted somebody in your league who might need a QB Mahomes. So I'm going to start Kyler, but I'm going to still hold Mahomes.
I mean, we know better. Even just before the bye, remember how Mahomes threw for 300 yards and looked good even when Rashee Rice was out? I don't think you can just count Mahomes out. Of course, not going to have his best season, doesn't look like. But yeah, I don't want to drop him. I think this week Murray is fine. Honestly, I think I would like Cousins the best of those three this week, but I'm not going to drop one of those guys to get Cousins. I don't know if that helps. Kevin Trotter, what's up, Kevin? Where you been? Stevenson, Mostert, Mason, or Slayton?
Well, this is definitely Stevenson if he plays, which it sounds like he will. If he doesn't play, then in this case, I will go Mason.
Yeah, with Neighbors back, Slayton kind of falls off the radar here, and Mostert's not startable. So Stevenson it is. All right, Herberto Lopez in standard. T. Higgins, Jaden Reed, Kareem Hunt, Deontay Johnson.
I still think I go T. Higgins, Jaden Reed here, even in standard. I mean, Kareem Hunt is certainly startable, but I just think Higgins and Reed, even in standard scoring, have so much upside this week. I'm just going to go those two guys.
Yeah, we typically prefer running backs, but you got great receivers. I'm actually going to go Higgins and Deontay. I know, if Deontay is good to go, which I'm assuming he is. Jaden Reed is still a strong start as always, but I just can't avoid that matchup. Not me. PPR, pick 2. Ramondre, Mooney, Tracy, Pittman, Brown.
I'm going to go the first two. Again, assuming Ramondre plays, but just sounds like he's going to. I like the first two. Not feeling a big Pittman game. I mean, Tracy, look, maybe he's the guy this week, and then next week we're saying something different. But let me see it first. I don't want to put him in my lineup, and it's like, oh, Brian Daboll was just joking because Devin Singletary is getting all the touches again. You know what I mean? I don't want to take that risk. So it's Ramondre and Mooney. If for some reason Ramondre doesn't play, I guess I'll go Pittman.
Yeah, agree with all that. All right, Matt and B. Yeah, this might be a little crazy. Flowers or DeMario?
Yeah.
You'd have to start Flowers.
Yeah. Why? What have we seen from Flowers this year that people are like, I'm not sure about Flowers? Like, what have I missed?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He not only had his best game of the season, now he has his best matchup potentially of the season. Yeah, you have to start Flowers. So, all right, Mario then says start 3: Metcalf, Mooney, Wandale, Cooper, Juju, Tyreek.
Got to start Metcalf. I think Mooney is probably my number 2, and I'll still go Tyreek Hill number 3. Again, Cooper. Let's wait a week before we get Cooper on our lineups.
Right. Exactly. Wandale, no, with Neighbors back. Cooper, you don't need the risk, and I'll still go Tyreek over Juju. So Metcalf, Mooney, and Hill. That's the same 3. Cesar Leo, what's up? Higgins, Deontay, Reed, London needs 3. Who sits from this group? It's kind of like the last one.
I guess I'm sitting Jaden Reed, but I hate it. These guys should be great this week, but I don't think I can sit Higgins. I don't think I can sit Deontay. I definitely cannot sit London. I don't even if I have London, I don't even look. He's just in my he's just in my lineup. So I guess it's Reed, but man, don't like having Reed on my bench. But got to make tough choices here.
Right. You have a lot of good choices here, Caesar. At least that's a good thing. Jody Bedard, good afternoon. This is an 8-team league. Hubbard, B-Rob, Eckler, Achane, and Mason. Going Hubbard and B-Rob. All right. If not, then Eckler. Okay. Do you trust Achane as a flex?
Yeah, I think he's fine as a flex this week. He should be at least a flex. He's still got upside. He still catches passes. Yeah.
He can be flexed, sure, but who are your receivers is what you didn't tell us. If you have a receiver who's better, because this is a PPR league, then I would probably pick a receiver, but it really depends on your other options. But yeah, you can start Achane. Troy Black, pick one at the flex, Chase Brown, Ayuk, BTJ, or Devontae Adams.
Man.
Should
I think I still Yeah, I think I still say Ayuk here, but I'm really like I'm ready to apologize on Monday if Ayuk sucks again, but I think I still have to go one more week with Ayuk.
I think Ayuk is fine. I think he's startable. Remember, Juwan Jennings is out. Debo had a thing in midweek, which is probably fine, but still. I think Ayuk is still very playable here. It's not a great spot for BTJ and Devontae. We just don't know how much he'll see the field. 9-ball Bori. Bigsby or Brown?
If Etienne's completely out, I'm definitely playing Bigsby here. So just you have to check tonight or very early tomorrow morning. Make sure Etienne is out. If he's out, put in Bigsby.
There you go. I think I might like Bigsby anyways. So Bigsby probably good enough to start. And then Evans is good. There's no risk anymore. I know this question was before we found out, but Evans is good. So you got to start Evans.
Yep, got to start Evans.
Carl, what's up, Carl Williams? Second flex, MHJ, Mostert, Watson.
Can I put Watson over Harrison? I don't think so. I'm going Harrison.
Yeah, Watson is interesting. I mean, you never know, right? You never know what you're getting with Watson. But yeah, Harrison, even though, again, I've said I don't love Harrison this week, but I still think I would play him over Watson. All right, Bobby Brook is back. 12 team, needs 2, 2, 1, and 1. Bijan, Jacobs, Mason. This is probably the first two.
Yeah, Bijan and Jacobs.
Reed, McLaurin, Flowers, Wilson, JMO, and Watson.
Yeah, but I'm playing the first three. I just think they're too good to sit.
Yeah. And then McBride or Joku, definitely McBride.
You can drop in Joku. You can drop in Joku for Douglas. I would drop in Joku. You got McBride.
Yeah, if you have McBride, and this is the team Bobby was asking about, a second quarterback. This is exactly what I was talking about. You don't need some stash. Your team is good enough. You don't really need much of anything. Although I will say, if Mason loses a starting job, you're very thin at running back. But you can drop in Joku. You know what? Drop in Joku, and maybe not for Douglas, for a running back. Because is Douglas really cracking your lineup?
True.
Unless you trade. Drew Hall, start. Hunter Mason.
I know we just had this. No, I think I'm going Hunt. I'm going Hunt on the other side of that ball. His matchup is better. Last time we saw him, 27 carries? I'm not worried about CEH taking over the job just yet. I'm going to go Hunt.
I'm definitely not worried about CEH. Yeah, maybe Hunt. I'll shift to your side because your concern about Mason has made me concerned about Mason. And
don't let me sway you. Don't let me sway you.
Well, like for this Mason, one, it's Mason. Pretty close. It's like a toss-up anyways. So say Hunt is fine. Oh, Rachaad White trade options?
Anybody? Whatever you can get. I mean, really, what are you really getting for Rachaad White right now? Like, if somebody's willing to give me anybody halfway decent, I will say he's yours. He is yours.
Yeah. Max Levy, start Ayuk or Brian Thomas?
Yeah, I reluctantly still got to say Ayuk. I'm just going to apologize. I'm not even going to wait till Monday. I'm sorry to everybody who I'm saying start Ayuk this week. I apologize in advance.
I think he'll be fine. I'll go Ayuk. Yes. Tiffany Fuller needs 1.5. Najee, Watson, Lazard, or Waddle?
I really feel like Najee is going to bust this week. I really do. But I don't feel like these guys aren't going to bust. It's half PPR. I guess just go Najee. I don't love it. I mean, I might gamble on Christian Watson here, honestly, if it's me.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I might just take a chance on Watson here since I don't feel great about the others.
We both got the dogs going right now.
John Lagunde.
Ayuk. I'm gonna go Ayuk and Brian Thomas Jr. here. It's not a great spot for Chase Brown, and he's still in a split. And again, Cooper, we don't know how many touches Cooper is gonna get. So Ayuk and Brian Thomas.
It's full on howling. It's not just barking. It's like howling at the. John Lagunde wants to know about these players. We're going to still say Ayuk, and I would go take a chance on BTJ here because I don't think it's a big Chase Brown week. I mean, I think it's fine. It's half. You want some upside here. Romney, Santana, Sermon, Tracy, Pickens, or Shakir?
I'm going to gamble on Pickens here. If you want to play it a little safer, you can go Sermon. It's a good matchup for Sermon, and I do like him now. I actually like Sermon now that Anthony Richardson is back because it means he'll probably run the ball more. It'll open up running lanes for him. But what's the upside for Sermon? I'm gonna gamble on Pickens with Russ.
Here we go. The key to unlocking George Pickens has been found.
Maybe.
It's actually not even a good matchup at all for them to get the Jets, which I know it's not a dominant defense, but still one of the better defenses against the pass. So it's risky, but again, how great do you feel about those other options? Let's just take a chance here. Got the Wizard of Odds in the house. Welcome back. All right, here's the question. In a 2 QB league, May Hurts, AR, AOC.
I'm going Hurts and AR. I'm going for that rushing upside, personally.
Exactly. I understand it's a 2 QB league, but yeah, Aiden O'Connell, no.
No.
3 receivers: Addison, Ayuk, Godwin, Mooney, Watson, Pittman, Polk. Okay, 3 of those.
I might actually say no to Ayuk here. Finally, thankfully, mercifully. I can mercifully say no to Ayuk here. I'm going to go Addison, Godwin, and Mooney. Although, man, I like Watson too. But I'll probably say Addison, Godwin, and Mooney this week.
I will too. Godwin is a no-brainer. Addison I really like. I think Mooney is good. I think Mooney is solid. All right. By the way, I know I get a little blurry here. I had to stream the end of the game because the Canes' fourth quarter. They scored. Game is under wraps. We're good. 2 running back, Barkley, Connor, Jones.
You got to start Barkley.
Yeah.
I think even if Aaron Jones plays, I'd probably start Connor. At least they're both in tough matchups, but at least Connor's healthy. Barkley and Connor.
Yeah, the Barkley. There's no reason not to start Barkley, like ever.
This could be. Ever. I mean, we talk about revenge games, but this is like a true revenge game, right? This is like Saquon Barkley against the Giants in New York. That terrible run defense. Like, would it shock anybody if Barkley goes for 200 this week? Wouldn't shock me one bit.
Actually, that's a good point. Didn't really think about that. Barkley, I guess, yeah. We'll see if Jones plays. Wait, now he says 2 flex. Do we need to pick 2 flex from those? So I don't see any
Oh.
other options.
We still need 2 flexes? Okay, well, I guess I do have to say yes to Ayuk again, unfortunately. And I'll say Watson. Ayuk and Watson.
There you go. All right. Is this true? I don't know. I want to put this up.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know if to put up. Someone says
What is
that
it?
on NFL Network says that Garendo is starting instead of Mason. We'll look into it.
I don't think the 49ers have made that decision yet.
All right, Jazz is 6-0. Traded Chubb, like Nick Chubb, and Diggs for CMC. You like that?
Yeah, you're 6-0. Let's gamble on CMC. Let's go for it. I don't think you're giving up too much here.
I think that's fine. Kenneth Walker and Brees already. All right, well then why not? Along with Higgins and Cup. Yeah, I think it's worth a gamble. Cup and Reed. Of course, you're really hoping Cup plays. Or Brian Thomas and Waddle or Worthy.
Well, if Cup doesn't play, I'll go Brian Thomas.
Yeah. Waddle will be in the mix next week, but
yes, next week we were going to be back in on Waddle. This week, not so much.
Right. So let's put him in that order. Cup, yes, if he plays, then Reed, then Thomas. Bobby is back. Does Zamir even deserve a rank rest of the season? Javonte, Damian Pierce?
I mean, well, I think after what we saw on Thursday night, Javonte has to be number 1. I think I probably still have to go Zamir number 2. I guess he's still technically the number 1 running back for the Raiders when he's healthy, and I'll go Pierce 3.
You're going Pierce 3. Wow. Slap him in the face after his long run last week.
I mean, he's stuck behind Joe Mixon. Like, if Joe Mixon doesn't get hurt, Damian Pierce is doing nothing this year, which still might be more than Zamir White, honestly.
Yeah, look, this isn't just some sort of a bitter taste in my mouth still from Zamir not going off. It's just the fact the Raiders look like one of the worst teams in the NFL, and Zamir had the chance and didn't do much, and now he's been hurt. And yes, I'm bitter. But I'm going to go Javonte number 1, Pierce 2, because I in handcuff, and then Zamir 3. All right. Put one up, although I'm sure this is not our first from Vancouver, but we have one from Vancouver, Canada. Dirty Don.
I loved Vancouver when I went there, but it was like 20 plus years ago. Hopefully it's still good. Haven't been back.
Sure it's nice. Paul, speaking of nice, that's very nice.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Hopefully we're giving good advice that helps you. Have Drake and Deontay. That's good. Flex Mooney, Mason, or Pickens.
I'm just gonna go Mooney here. I'm not gonna risk it with Pickens or Masons. Go Mooney.
Yes. LEJ end. Which IR players should I consider trading Mason for?
That's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, the sell high window has closed, but I don't think the sell window has closed. But
no, I don't. Why do you want to get an IR player though?
Right.
Like, who's even IR? Like, Pacheco? Is that the only IR player I really want to trade? Like, who else is on IR that you even want to trade for?
I'm not trading for Pacheco. I guess Jonathan Brooks technically qualifies, but Mason for Brooks.
Yeah. I don't. Why an IR player?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Why can't we trade for somebody who's healthy?
Yeah, exactly. Typically, trading 4 injured players is not a winning strategy. Just, you trade him, but yeah. Maybe it's because he doesn't want to drop somebody. No, but then that doesn't make sense. You're trading. I don't know.
Right.
All right, 95. Yes, enjoying the weekend. You already know why. 12-team PPR 2-2 and a flex. Brees, HN, Mason, Connor, Hunt, London, Cup, Wilson, Thomas, Cooper.
I'm going to go Brees, HN at running back. London, Cup if he plays. If no Cup, I'll go London, Garrett Wilson. It's PPR and then okay, so Brees, HN at running back. For wide receiver and flex, I'm gonna rank them London, Cup, Wilson, Brian Thomas. So obviously, if Cup is out, then I'm putting Brian Thomas in.
There you go. Yeah, Brees is easy. Your second running back is tough because you have all good playable RB2s, but I don't love any of them this week particularly. So let's just take a shot on Achane, London and Cup for sure. I think Wilson third at flex, I should say. KJ Sticks 2-2 in a flex. Deontay, BTJ, JSN, Pittman, Connor Stevenson, Etienne, Bucky, and Sermon, Leggett, Judy, and Goodson are on waivers.
All right. Deontay and Brian Thomas Jr. at wide receiver. Stevenson, yeah, I'm still going to go Connor at running back. I might honestly flex JSN over Pittman. Just not feeling Pittman this week. Deontay, Brian Thomas, Connor Stevenson, JSN at the flex in full PPR.
Yeah, Deontay, to me, pretty much must start, assuming he plays, which I'm going to assume everything goes perfectly the way I want for injury news. And then, yeah, JSN does technically have a good matchup. I think he's flexible. I'm going to agree with that. Nothing here, nothing on waivers moves me. Cassie, 420. I need points. Tight league. Yes, that's the name of the game. It's a tight league. Who starts? 2-2 in a flex. Barkley, Pollard, Hubbard, AJ Brown, London, Neighbors, or Diggs. And then Burrow or Stroud. I guess let's start with that. Burrow or Stroud.
I'm going Burrow over Stroud this week. Got to play Barkley. And I think you got to play Chuba. Barkley and Chuba at running back. You got to play AJ Brown. You got to play London. You got to play Neighbors.
Yeah.
I like Diggs and I like Pollard this week, but they need to sit.
Yeah, and it's interesting the comment here. Worried that Giants-Eagles will be a snoozer. It's not like it's going to be like a 6-3 game. Barkley is still going to be Barkley. And like you said, he could maybe have his best game because, yeah, they're going to feature him.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, no, look. Yeah, just start those guys. You got AJ Brown, it doesn't matter the matchup. You start him.
Yes.
You have Neighbors, it doesn't matter. You start them. There are some games that, look, you know what a game is going to be a disaster for points? The Raiders and the Rams. That could be a game that you'd like, okay, I don't want any part of, but that's a different thing. Let's go to Cornelius Terry. Pick 2. Daniels, Geno, or Anthony Richardson, Mahomes. Wow. Okay.
So we're picking 2 of these guys, which makes me think it's super flex.
I guess so.
I'm going Anthony Richardson and Mahomes.
Wait a minute. And Kirk too? That's Kirk Cousins. So you have 5 quarterbacks to choose from and you need 2? How do you have 5 quarterbacks?
You went quarterback crazy in the super flex league. I'm going Anthony Richardson. Actually, I'm going Anthony Richardson and Cousins.
With Daniels, you got Jaden Daniels.
No, it's Daniel Jones.
Oh, Daniel Jones? Oh my God, never mind.
It says Daniel J, so I assume Daniel Jones.
I forgot Daniel Jones existed. All right, forget it. I assumed you had like a fantasy relevant quarterback.
I'm going Anthony Richardson and Kirk Cousins.
There you go, Richardson and Cousins. Why do you have all of these quarterbacks?
Super flex.
Pick 1. Tank, assuming Bigsby, Kareem Hunt, Chiron Tracy. So 1.
Tank if Etienne is out. Otherwise, I'll go Kareem Hunt.
Yes. Pick 1. Cooper, Wandale.
I'll just go Wandale this week. I kind of like Wandale this week. He should at least be fine.
Who to flex? Gibbs or Jameson? This must be a different league.
I don't know. I'm flexing Gibbs.
I mean, I like JMO this week, but I'm not sitting Gibbs for him. All right. Let's get to Croza. I'm just going to go with that. Croza.
All right.
PPR start flex between Leggett, Bateman, and Juju. Needs 1 to boom. Yeah, Juju, I guess, is the safest.
I guess. I think if I need 1 to boom, I'm going Rashad Bateman in that matchup against Tampa Bay.
Right. It's exactly right. So you're saying you need a boom. There's your boom. 95 again, 12-teamer, half PPR, quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 receivers in the flex. Mahomes, Stafford, Richardson. A lot of people with a lot of backup quarterbacks here. Cook, Jacobs, B-Rob, Tracy, Singletary, Sungod, Del Debo, Pittman, Downs.
All right, I'm going Richardson at QB, Cook and Brian Robinson at running back, assuming Brian Robinson plays. If not, then Cook and Jacobs. 3 wide receivers, Sungod, Dell, Debo.
Flex.
Damn. It's half PPR. If Brian Robinson plays, I'm going to flex Jacobs. If Brian Robinson doesn't play and then you're playing Jacobs at running back, I'll be flexing Downs.
Makes perfect sense. And like if this is a 1 quarterback league, you don't need Stafford. You can drop Stafford. JoJo. BTJ, Sermon, Juju. Pick one. PPR.
I got to go Brian Thomas still in PPR. Brian Thomas, way more upside.
Yeah. James Hurt. Addison or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Going Addison. I like the matchup for Addison this week.
Right. And I guess saying got Evan Ingram. I don't think that necessarily matters. That's a good tight end to have, but that's not moving me off of BTJ. It's just I like Addison a lot this week as well. Right. Good matchup. JPC 1, 2, 3. Drop Sermon to stream Cousins over Kyler.
No. Just going to go with Kyler.
Yeah. Kyler's fine. I mean, it's not like Sermon's completely undroppable. I mean, he's one more week, hopefully only 1 week where he starts. So if you're not starting him, I understand the temptation here. I can't say this is a terrible move, but you don't need to do it. Kyler is still startable, believe it or not. Let's keep catching up here. Super quick lightning round. Try to get some non-super chats, such as Sloth Jelly. All right. Mason or Deontay?
Deontay.
Yes, Deontay. Freeman, Fantasy Fusion, Purdy or Richardson at quarterback?
I will say this one is close. I do like Purdy this week, but I'm going to gamble on that rushing upside of Anthony Richardson. But if you're like, I'm scared and I want to play it safer, you can go Purdy.
Yeah, I typically go for upside. Richardson. Go Richardson. Then Shalev Gaming. Irving, Sermon, or Algier?
I think I got to go Sermon here with JT out. He's got a good matchup this week. Irving, I mean, Todd Bowles saying each running back is going to get a series, and then whoever looks the best. Like, really, you're like, okay, so this guy plays the first series, then he has to sit there for 2 series while the other 2 guys, like, what? This can't be real, right? This cannot be real. But I'm not going to chance it. I'm going to go Sermon.
You know, as much as this is basically every fantasy owner's nightmare is to hear the running back by committee, just when you picked up Bucky Irving, you're like, yeah, this guy's great. You know what? I at least respect Todd Bowles' honesty. He's just telling you like it is. He's not like, well, we'll see, and who knows. At least he actually like, I don't care what you think. I'm going to tell you the truth. So
this can't be real. I refuse to believe that this is what the Bucs are going to do. Like, so think about it. So, like, if Bucky Irving starts the game and looks good, let's just say, they're like, okay, now you sit. Now Sean Tucker goes out there, and let's say Sean Tucker looks mediocre. Okay, now you sit. And then Rachaad White goes out there and looks mediocre. Now, they're just going to waste 2 series. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if the first guy goes out there and looks fantastic, you're like, nope, now you got to sit 2 series. Like, this isn't preseason. You're trying to win the game. Like, this is insane. There's no way they could do this. But I don't want to risk in case they are going to be this insane. Go Sermon.
Yeah. There you go. All right, let's get back to Thomas. No, Mike Evans, good to go. I thought you were saying game time decision. No concern of the knee.
It's hamstring, and he's not even on the injury report, so that's good enough for me. Yeah,
the fact that he's clear on Saturday, it's not even a game time decision. So no, they're not concerned. I'm not concerned. J Vera 04, Debo or DK?
Got to go DK Metcalf. I just, man. If DK Metcalf had scored even one of those touchdowns last week of the 3 he should have had, this wouldn't even be a question. Give me DK Metcalf.
Yes, DK for sure. Also, Mason or Pollard.
I'm going Pollard. Good matchup for Pollard. No Tyjae Spears. Give me Pollard.
Pollard it is. Agree. Pollard is in a good spot. Zachary Savoy needs 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Amari Downs, Flowers, Diggs, Pickens, Achane, Mason, Connor, Bigsby, and then either Laporta or Tucker Kraft.
Well, as down as I am on Laporta, I'm even more down on Tucker Kraft. So give me Laporta still, reluctantly. 2 running backs are going to be Bigsby if Etienne is out, and Achane. If Etienne plays, I'll probably go Achane Connors. Wide receivers are going to be Flowers, Diggs, and then I'll flex Downs.
Yeah, you have to start Flowers. Diggs in a good spot. Downs for the flex, definitely agree there. Running back is tougher. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm too optimistic about Tank Bigsby. Maybe it is. Oh, I might go HN Bigsby, even if Etienne does play. Although I don't think he'll play. Jason Oliveira, what's up? 5-1. Half
Nice.
PPR Superflex. Got CD and Dak on bye. All right. It's good that they're getting a week off. Got May in Superflex. Do I play Cooper, Harrison, Pop, or Downs? Or would you play one of those instead of May? I don't think so.
No, I think May's good enough in Superflex for sure. I'm keeping May in there. It's just between Harrison and Downs for me. It's where I'm at here. Harrison or Downs. I might go Downs. I like this matchup for Downs. I might actually go Downs this week.
Yeah, I'm good with Downs. Big on him. Again, we might have put him as a boom if we didn't already pick him. How many times? I think we picked him a couple times already. So, yeah, I'm fine with Downs here. Jedi Koth, one more. No need to apologize. Needs 2 running backs and a flex. HN, JK, Dell, Addison, Monty.
I think you got to go Dobbins and Monty. I know it's a tough spot for Monty, but I can't sit Monty right now. Dobbins and Monty, and then I do like Addison, but I like Dell even more. I'm going to go Dell at flex. So Dobbins, Monty, Dell.
Running backs are pretty clear. Man, I like Addison, but I agree. Tank, it's hard to sit Tank. So that's a tougher one. Tank is good. Chris, all in. Welcome back.
What's up?
Start 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Jefferson, Addison, Evans, Flowers, Liggett, Bigsby, Etienne, Monty, Hunt, Chandler, or Najee.
All right, let's start with receiver because it seems pretty easy. It's going to be Jefferson, Evans with Flowers at the flex. Monty is definitely going to be one of my running backs. Again, this could be the week he doesn't score, but I'm not gambling on that. And then I will go Bigsby if Etienne is out. Otherwise, I'll go Hunt.
Yeah, Jefferson, you don't need to ask. Evans already said there's a no doubter. Flowers, again, those are easy. Yeah, and even if it's not Monty's best week, he always has a good chance to score a touchdown.
Yep.
I'm going to say Monty and Bigsby. So,
all right. Just real quick, Miami recovered the onside kick. Will your coach actually take a knee?
The fact that that's a legit question makes me very tilted, but yes, thank God. Which, by the way, yeah, I'm getting updates also. Trust me, I'm still focused, but I have a very amazing and understanding wife. She's texting me updates as she's watching the game. Zach Mudd. I just got Bijan
for Singletary. What?
Wait, is it for Singletary or for Singletary McBride?
I mean, I thought he said for Singletary and then McBride off the waivers. Got McBride off the waivers. What is this league?
Zach, look, next year you're joining one of our leagues. You need some real competition here. There's no way anybody's doing this in a serious league. So come on. I have Neighbors, Jefferson, Godwin, Mayfield, B-Rob, Chuba, Downs, more. Thoughts or you
win? This is absurd. This is absurd.
It's fun to win. Trust me, it is fun to win. I know, but I think it's more fun to win when you have legit competition. So
Right.
But look, keep doing what you're doing.
They did it. They took a knee. They did the right thing. They didn't hand off. They didn't try to get some kid a yard, fumble the game away.
God, every game now has to be like a sweat down to the final second. It's like, what? All right. Back to what we're doing here. Sammy. Rank players least. I love it. The least likely to visit the blue tent. Why isn't that a thing you can do a pick on?
Yes, that's hilarious.
Mason, Downs, Juju.
I'm going to rank them Downs, Juju, Mason, because Mason's already hurt.
Yeah, Downs one of those guys. He's been questionable like every week, but it's just because I don't know. Coulter, one of those teams I told you with the JT thing. After he first got hurt, they're like, "Well, we'll see how he goes." He's missed 3 weeks. He's not even close to coming back, and they made it look like as if he was going to. And then Pittman was like, "I don't know. He's not going to play. He might go on IR. He's really bad." And then he plays. So Colts are now one of these teams. Just ignore anything they say about injuries. It's the opposite,
right?
Yeah, Mason most likely, Downs least likely. Julio, what's up? Why Al-Lazard low? Well, I don't know if you heard.
Well, yeah, I don't know if you heard the news, but they just traded for Aaron Rodgers' BFF, Devontae Adams. So you got to think his target share is going down. It's
definitely going down. Why is everybody so high on Chase Brown?
I'm not. I don't think. Yeah, I think maybe I'm lower than. I think I am lower than most people on Chase Brown at least this week because he hasn't fully taken over. But I'm definitely stashing Chase Brown here. I mean, if he does ever take over that backfield, you're going to definitely want Chase Brown.
I was very big on Chase Brown last week. I mean, I'll admit, I picked him to have a good week. He had a good week. It wasn't amazing, but a good week. I also wasn't sure Moss was going to play. But either because he wasn't 100%, even though he did play, or maybe he's just kind of wearing down. Moss was not good. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think he had like 6 carries for 13 yards or something and was less involved. Chase Brown is, last week he became the lead back, like the 1A. I don't know if that's going to happen every week going forward, but I'm liking Chase Brown. But I'm also saying he's like a flex option this week. I'm not saying like you got to start Chase Brown. So, which one is stashed for the season? It's Chase Brown because he's a running back. I think. Jets, Rams, or Bengals for defense?
I don't mind the Jets this week
against Russ.
Yeah, I don't think I can do Bengals. I mean, Bengals aren't bad because it is Deshaun Watson. I think I'll give the edge to the Jets. Let's make Russ prove that he can cook.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Not going to give up points. I will say in general, this always matters for defense. There is no standardized scoring for defense across leagues. Some give a lot of points for defense. Some don't give that much. Some give a lot for turnovers. Some give more bonuses for points allowed. So if your league gives pretty heavy bonuses, or at least more point totals for limiting points allowed, I might actually prefer the Jets or even the Rams. But if you're going for turnovers and sacks specifically, I like the Bengals because they're going against Deshaun Watson. But this is pretty close. Rams are just not as good of an actual defense. That's the problem. Thomas Eddard, 3 in a standard league. Mooney, Dell, Hunt, Achane, McConkey, and Juju in a standard league. I think in a standard league, I can probably pass on McConkey this week and Juju. I'll go with the running back at Hunt. I'll go with the running back in Achane and probably Dell. I like Mooney. Good chance to score a touchdown, but I think Dell has to have the edge here. So let's go Dell, Hunt, Achane in standard. Let's do real quick. Taylor wants to know Cade Otton or Hunter Henry. Chris said Kate Otten is a boom, meaning if you need a tight end to stream this week, he has some upside. Henry's interesting, but I think you would go Otten, right? A tight end.
Yeah, I would go Otten. They're both risky, but Otten is good match.
Oh, this is an easy one. Let's do this. Zunin, Mixon, or Dobbins?
This actually isn't easy, but I think you got to go Mixon this week. I really like Dobbins this week too, but you can't bench Mixon.
Yeah, I don't think you can bench Mixon. Professor Antonio Neto. Half PPR in case Evans is out. Well, no worries. Evans is not out, so you don't have to resort to this. You got to start Evans. If something crazy happens, it would be Lad, though.
Yes.
Let's go with Deck. Chubb or Irving? Not Chubb, right? Even with this committee?
Yeah, I'd probably still go with Irving and hope he's the guy here. Just, again, Chubb, like, how many touches Nick Chubb really going to get?
Yeah. I think it's got to be Irving. Look, for what it's worth, even though they're saying it's a hot hand committee, whatever, if Bucky is ripping off big runs and looking good, I think he just gets more run. I think he'll be fine. But, yeah, definitely over Chubb. Tank or Harrison? Assuming Dell.
Yeah, Tank Dell for me.
Yes, Dell for me too. Johnny, 22 Bear. Stroud or Burrow?
Going Burrow. Like
Burrow
the matchup for Burrow. He's been better.
Bick 2, B-Rob, Irving, Jacobs, Mason.
Brian Robinson and Jacobs, assuming Brian Robinson plays. Otherwise, Jacobs and Mason.
Exactly. Bowers or Kittle.
Man, you have both these guys, but you got to start Bowers. His target share without Devontae Adams is absurd. You got to start Bowers.
Yeah, I got to go Bowers here. Second league, Mason or Pollard?
Definitely Pollard here. Good matchup. No Tyjae Spears. Give me Pollard.
Give me Pollard too. What about Doug Fenton in full 2-2 and a flex? Hall, Mason, Walker, Achane, Jacobs, Wilson, Flowers, BTJ, Addison, and Worthy.
All right. I'm going to go Hall and Walker at running back. Flowers. I think I'm still going Garrett Wilson at wide receiver. Flowers and Garrett Wilson at wide receiver. It's full PPR. I might. It's tough for me to bench Jacobs, but he hasn't had a ton of upside this year. I might just go Addison in full PPR, but I also might regret that.
I'm glad you said that. I was leaning Addison to the flex. So let's make it Hall, Walker, Flowers, Wilson, Addison.
All right. Not that this is necessarily big news, but it is news. TJ Hawkinson is out this week, so gonna have to wait at least one more week for TJ Hawkinson.
All the more reason to fire up Addison. Arza, Kyler or Darnold?
I'm going to go Darnold here, actually. I like Darnold at home against this Lions secondary. I'm going to go Darnold.
Gonna go Darnold too. If you saw the waiver wire video, which of course you didn't, because why wouldn't you? Darnold is my favorite streamer this week, and it's a good matchup. And in fact, Darnold made appearance in the Boom video too, didn't he? Which of course you guys all saw too. So you know exactly why we like Darnold. And needs a receiver and a flex. Harrison Brown, Liggett, Mason Waddle.
I'm going to go Harrison at wide receiver. And I'll flex Jordan Mason here. I think he's still above these guys for me.
Receiver, yeah. In this case, can go Harrison. You can't start Waddle yet, can you? I think Liggett's only interesting enough if Deontay doesn't play. If Deontay somehow is scratched, which I don't expect, yeah, maybe, but still go Harrison. Yeah. You're going Mason over Brown?
Yeah, I'm going Mason over Brown still.
All right. Just making sure. Yvonne Reboyar. Tight end, Kincaid, Kraft, or Njoku?
I got to go Kincaid here. I'm not Kraft. Okay, that was fun for a couple weeks. No thanks. Njoku, nah, I'm good. Just give me Kraft or Kincaid. I'll take whatever he gets me.
Yeah, you said you're not feeling Kraft this week. I don't want to play a Brown if I don't have to. Kincaid at least is playing. So there you go. Let's go to Ramsey Abigail. Moss or go with Sermon?
I'm probably just going to go with Sermon, honestly. I mean, I don't even feel like great about Chase Brown, who I feel better about than Moss. How good can I feel about Moss? Give me Sermon.
Give me Sermon too. Moss, like I said, was not great last week. I'm not saying he's going to completely disappear, but yeah, go Sermon the upside here. Nicked up. Is Tracy a flex option with Singletary back?
Yeah, but not over those guys. Not over those guys. No. I would go Douglas 1. I probably would go Wan'Dale 2, honestly, and Pickens 3.
I'll agree on Douglas 1 based on matchup. I think with Neighbors back, I would still go Pickens over Wan'Dale. But if you're asking Tracy in the mix with these guys, no, he would be fourth still. Which, by the way, guys, just so you know, if you did drop a super chat, we're going to answer it. But we're going to catch up. Got a lot of questions today because you got a lot of tough decisions to make. Understand that. So just bear with us. If you did super chat anytime the past hour, we're going to catch up to you. Don't worry. We would love to answer as many of the non-super chats as we can, but I think we got to try to answer those first. I think that just makes the most sense. Also, remember, we do have an app after the stream. Maybe you didn't want to do the super chat, but you still have a question or you got more questions. We have an app called Draft Lane, and that is us, basically, what we're doing here. You ask your question on the app, we answer it, and you can do start sit waiver wire trade, and it lets us see your rosters and your league mates rosters if you use the trade option. So you can download this for free. Download it right now. It's called Draft Lane, and you can get in touch with us at any time during the week. Let's get to Seth Swirsky. What's up, Seth? 12-team PPR, Stroud, Jamar, Jaden Reed, Derrick Henry, Kittle, Ayuk, Monty, Etienne. Needs a flex. We got Ladd, DeMario, or Etienne.
Definitely not Etienne. DeMario, Ladd. I might honestly give Ladd the slight edge now that Tyson Campbell is back. Not that I expect Tyson Campbell to shadow DeMario Douglas or anything, but it does give that secondary a boost. So I'll go Ladd slightly over Pop now.
It is close. It is close between those two. I like Ladd. I mean, I like Douglas, but I like Ladd just a little bit better. It's definitely not Etienne here. All right, good luck, Seth. Everything else I think looks good. EU and Ayuk in there, that's doable, right?
Sure. One more week. He gets one more week. He gets one more chance.
All right, and after that, it's on your list. Jack Ban FL Boy. All right, Chuba or Dobbins?
I like them both a lot this week. I think they're both going to be very good this week. But man, Chuba against the Commanders, I'm going to give him the slight edge here.
Yeah.
They'll both probably be great.
Yeah, both good options, but I got to go with Chuba. He's just running so well. Don't worry about Jonathan Brooks. He's not playing yet. Just too good at matchup. Got to go Chuba. Sharkeisha. Hey, full PPR needs 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Monty, Etienne, Hubbard, Jacobs, Chase Brown, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra, Kupp, Higgins. And then the dilemma that you hate to have, but you love to have, you got somehow Hurts and Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jaden Daniels against Panthers. He could run for 150 yards in this game. All right, running backs are going to be Monty and Chuba. Wide receivers are going to be Amon-Ra, Higgins, and then I will flex Kupp if he plays. If Kupp doesn't play, I will flex Jacobs. Garrett Wilson is interesting, but I think I go Jacobs over him.
Yeah, I think the 2 receivers in the flex, again, assuming Kupp plays, it's easy. It's Amon-Ra, Kupp, Higgins. Got to start Chuba. I think you got to start. Well, okay, you don't have to, but I think I still go Monty. And this is Stanley Alyssa. Remember Stanley? He's been here for a couple of years.
What's up?
Going with the very unique username.
All right.
Not sure. Like, yeah, there seems like there's some explaining to do here. All right. And we know Rise. What's up? Rise above anything. Bringing the heat. Deontay Johnson or Devontae Smith?
I think I got to go Deontay against the Commanders. Give me Deontay. But look, if he doesn't play, you're fine with Smith.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to miss or anything. I have to try to take advantage of this matchup with Deontay Johnson. But not like you got a bad choice with Devontae. Joe, happy Saturday. Flexing McBride or Harrison? Is that your choice?
Not well. I mean, I still like McBride this week. Obviously, with Harrison back, that takes a little of the shine off, but I guess it's okay. I'd probably still go Harrison, but McBride may have the safer floor, honestly.
I'm going to say I would take McBride here. Just kind of flat out, not an injury issue or anything, because Harrison's clear. Just McBride's getting more targets. McBride has been better. It's the same game, same everything. I like McBride. What about this one? Pillow. What do you do? Harrison or Mason at the flex?
I'll just go Harrison here. Unless it's non-PPR, then I'll go Mason.
Good point. If it's non-PPR, Mason. If not, Harrison. Yeah, see, it always depends. Always depends on the choices. ZK. Is that HUF? Where's that from?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to look that one up. We're going to put something else on the map. Tyreek or McConkey?
Hungarian. That's Hungarian. Wow.
All right.
I'm going McConkey.
Yeah, I like McConkey enough this week. Again, you won't have to worry about this.
Last week, yeah, exactly. Last week we got to do this, thankfully.
MJ Jr., who should I start? Receivers, Evans, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Addison, and Harrison. Well, I don't know how many you need.
I'll rank them AJ Brown, Mike Evans, Cooper Kupp, Addison. That should cover you. You shouldn't need more than 4, I hope.
No. And this must be an 18 league. You have all these receivers on your team. So, yeah, there you go. You got good choices. Kyle Baker, Vikings D or Rams D? The good defense with a bad matchup or the opposite?
You got to keep rolling with the Vikings. They've been unreal this year. Maybe this week against the Lions it comes to an end, but look, if they can shut down that running game and force Goff to have to do stuff, this could still be a good matchup for him. So give me the Vikings.
Yeah, because Goff, it's not like he never throws interceptions or takes sacks. I think Vikings could still get you something here. I do feel like the way this game is going to flow is going to be between the quarterbacks. It's going to be it's going to come down to the passing game in the second half. So, yeah, go with the better actual defense. KJ Herring, a receiver and a flex. Douglas, Downs, Hurts.
I can consider McBride as a flex, not Ertz. It's the 2 wide receivers here.
Yeah, the Ertz is a fine streamer as a tight end, but go Douglas Jones. Yeah. Alexander's channel, welcome back. Dell or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Got to go Dell. I got to go Dell here. I like Dell's matchup better. I don't want to say he's the number 1 over Diggs, even though he got number 1 usage last week, but the usage is there for Dell. The upside is there. I'm going Dell.
Yeah, it's not a bad week for BTJ, but Dell, again, it's technically the 1, 2, whatever, top target in Houston. We can trust Dell now. Go Dell. Ashley Gomez, welcome back, Ashley. In half PPR, got Kirk, Wandale, or JMO, just one.
I think you got to go Jameson. I just think he has weight. Like Kirk and Wandale are fine if you need some points, but Jameson has the upside. Let's go Jameson.
Yeah, I like Jameson. You know this because you saw the booms. Yeah, it's JMO. Just love his matchup this week, and he's been good. He's been good except for that 1 week, which again, just think people are forgetting about. Andrea, welcome back, Andrea, one of our longtime viewers as well. Needs one between B-Rob, Adams, or BTJ.
If B-Rob plays, it's him. Otherwise, I probably just go Brian Thomas.
Yeah, love B-Rob this week. Go with him. And just really hope he plays. All right, looks like all the females are in the house now. Let's go with Woods Girl, assuming based on the username, of course. Flex half PPR, Deontay or Chubb?
Definitely Deontay here. Definitely Deontay.
Definitely Deontay. Henry Marte. Ayuk or Downs?
I'm just gonna go Downs. I feel good enough about Downs. I don't have to start Ayuk here, thankfully.
I think I like Downs enough too. I'm not out on Ayuk, but I like Downs. Kincaid or Kraft?
Kincaid.
Yeah.
Kraft had a nice 2-week run, but it's over.
Yeah, no injury designation. He's good to go. Jeff needs one. Cook, Wandale, or Downs? Full PPR.
James Cook's playing. He's not even on the injury report. And now Ray Davis has a calf injury. I'm going James Cook for sure.
Yeah, ran too hard in that Monday night game. Yeah, I mean, I like Downs in full PPR, but Cook, it's just hard to sit Cook. You got to go Cook. What about Dirt Gumby? All right, start 2. Downs, Addison, Hill, or Juju?
I'm going the first 2. I just think they have the most upside. They have good matchups this week. I'm going Downs, Addison. Thankfully, next week, we'll be able to start Hill with confidence.
Yes, like Downs and Addison as well. And then we have Gabe 3001. Crazy for thinking Sermon over Najee? Not at all.
I don't think it's crazy at all. I might do it, honestly.
I would do it. Go Sermon. And then pick 3, Zay, Garrett, Diggs, Cup.
Well, if Cup plays, I'm benching Garrett Wilson. If Cup doesn't play, then you're obviously benching Cup.
Agree. If Cup's good to go, he's your must. I think Zay is pretty much a must start. And then you got to give this slight edge to Diggs because Nico was hurt, and now Garrett Wilson has company. The Professor. 10 people, full PPR, start 2. Aaron Jones, Achane, Josh Jacobs.
I think I'm just going to go Achane and Jacobs, even if Aaron Jones plays. This is a tough matchup for Aaron Jones. He's dealing with an injury. I'll just go Achane and Jacobs.
Yeah, I agree. Take out the risk for Jones, Achane, and Jacobs. Good to go. All right, now I wasn't planning to stop temporarily to tell you about all the great things Underdog has, but P wants to know our fantasy Underdog picks for tomorrow. And so this is a great time for me to mention that if you haven't tried Underdog and you want to sign up for the very first time, well, here's the best pick you can make. It's a free pick. It's Aaron Rodgers going higher than 0.5 total yards. So it's basically a freebie, and you can combine it with some of the picks we're going to tell you about in a second. You get this if you're signing up for the very first time. Download Underdog app, go to underdogfantasy.com and sign up there. Just make sure when you do sign up, then you use promo code ENDGAME because it gets you the free pick plus all these profit boost tokens that they continue to give away every single day because it is Boostober. That's right. It's Boostober. In fact, I'm logging in right now. I'm looking at it. 31% profit boost. They're going to keep doing this because, October 31st, it's October the thing. 31% profit boost up to $1,000. That means you're boosting your entry that whatever you win, you have a good chance to win. If you get that free pick, you get 31% added onto it. So that's pretty good. So let's see. Let's just pick a couple quickly. We're still doing all our questions and we're going to catch up. But anything stand out to you right now on Underdog besides the free pick that you get? It's funny because now Derrick Henry scoring a touchdown, which touchdowns are usually hard to predict. Now scoring touchdown, it's You don't even get like a full. It's like reduced 0.76 if he scores a touchdown. Your better odds are taking the lower. Let me actually let me see what's. I'll tell you what I did pick. Actually, you know what? I did one of those touchdowns. They have a thing now. If you want to do the touchdown one, you can swipe left, right, and pick the ones you like. I took Jordan Addison to score a touchdown. I keep talking about that game. I think, again, it's a risky. Touchdowns are riskier to pick, but I went Addison for a touchdown. I like Chuba Hubbard for rushing yards because of the matchup. Yeah. What else? Anything stick out to you? You're muted, by the way.
I was saying my app is like jumping around for some reason. I don't know if you heard me, but I like the Ramondre line tomorrow higher than 47.5.
Oh, yeah. If he's playing 47 rushing yards, I think that's a good one.
I'd probably just lock that in now because it sounds like he's going to play.
You know, that's a good idea. Look for these players who are questionable or not sure, but it sounds like they are going to play, and try to take advantage. Maybe that line jumps up tomorrow. I haven't checked, but man, I want to look at Tampa and Baltimore. I feel like there should be so many points in that game, so I might go higher on some of those. And it's, of course, that's the last game. It's a Monday nighter. Well, okay, they don't really have too many for Mike Evans, unfortunately. It's just touchdowns. But if you feel like Evans is going to score a touchdown, you could take the higher. All right. Well, let's move on so we get to these questions. Good question, though. Thank you, P, for bringing that up. Vertically challenged. Do you think Cooper Kupp will play?
50-50. 50-50 on Cooper Kupp right now.
Well, realistic. Not encouraging, but that's realistic. Thomas Eddard again, flex 3 in PPR. Dell, Juju, Mooney, Ladd, Hunt, Watson, Monty.
Dell, I still think you got to play Monty, even in PPR. I mean, the guy's just been too good. Dell, Monty. Del Monte Mooney, I think, is where I'm going. This is tough. A lot of these guys very close. Like I want to play Watson this week. I want to play Ladd. I'm not too down on Hunt. But I think I'm going Del Monte Mooney.
Yeah, I'm leaning Mooney too. Del Monte Mooney. Mooney's been solid. I think he'll continue to be solid. Musubi, man. Darnold or Mahomes?
I'll go Darnold.
Yeah, like Darnold this week. Better matchup. And you think, well, what do you mean Detroit's a good match? No, Detroit's a good matchup against a quarterback, for a quarterback. So, yeah, Darnold. Tracy or Sermon?
I'm going Sermon here. Again, let me see Tracy actually be the lead back before I risk it. I don't want to put him in and Singletary gets, 60% of the touches or something.
Right. Go with that. You have a, pretty comparable situation here, I guess you can call it. Go with the touches. The guy that's going to get more touches. Agent 49, JSN or Pop Douglas?
I'm still going Pop here, although I have come around on JSN. But what's the ceiling for JSN these days? Just give me Pop.
Right. JSN's like a maybe, but Douglas has the floor and maybe a little bit of a ceiling this week. Sir Boomer has been in the chat, always trying to help out.
What's up?
Bucky or A-Chan?
I'm going A-Chan. At least he has that long run ability that he catches passes. Going A-Chan.
Yeah, now that we got this committee and you can't trust Bucky's workload, I think you have to just go A-Chan. The next super chat goes to Elias Moreno. A-Chan or Josh Downs?
I'm going to go Downs. I like Downs matchup this week. He's not stuck with Tyler Huntley.
Agreed.
Downs.
Downs it is. Lethal Jake. Juju or Harrison?
I still got to go Marvin Harrison. And again, I don't the Mahomes Juju thing does nothing. Does not affect my decision one bit. Like, what if Mahomes throws 3 touchdowns to Travis Kelce? Did that really help you? Did you offset? Did you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, the opponent's quarterback has no bearing on my decision here. Just gonna go Harrison. Tristram is in the chat now. Jonnu or Kincaid? I did mention Jonnu as a streaming option, but
yeah, he's interesting this week, but I'm still going Kincaid.
I'm still going Kincaid too. That's if you like really, really need a tight end. Kincaid is still playable. Jiffy 23. Who do I start? Love, Kyler, Mixon, Bigsby, Najee, Mostert, Wilson, Jason, Ayuk, Douglas, Kraft, Auden. Who do I have at flex? Who should I drop? Kyler for Caleb?
No, don't drop Kyler for Caleb. I don't know. I'll assume 2-2-1. So you're gonna go Mixon and Bigsby, assuming Etienne is out. Ayuk and Garrett Wilson, a wide receiver. Pop at flex. Auden at tight end.
There you go. Big Carson. 1 running back, 1 receiver, 1 flex. Jacobs, Etienne, Bigsby, Reed, Devontae Smith, and Harrison.
All right, Jacobs at running back. Smith and Reed are going to be my wide receiver flex.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. In this case, I can sit Harrison with those receivers. I like Bigsby, but I think I'm still going Jacobs over. Vegas, Mark D. Start 2. Jacobs, Gibbs, Garrett Wilson, or Mixon. It's PPR.
Sorry. My computer started to crash. Got to play Mixon. I think you got to go Gibbs. I think you got to go Mixon and Gibbs in PPR.
Yeah, Gibbs may not have his best game. I find it really hard to ever bench Gibbs. And I think Mixon has now just almost become a must start. So I think I'm going to go Gibbs and Mixon. Thomas. PPR Dynasty, Superflex needs 4.
I'm going to go Lockett, Pittman, Leggett, and Juju. That's going to be my 4.
I don't remember. It was Wicks on the injury report. I thought Wicks was hurt.
It doesn't even matter. I
mean, I don't think it matters, but it's just wondering.
That was so 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think we can kick Wicks out of there. We can kick Michael Wilson out of there now that Harrison's playing. Yeah.
Light and Fab on fire.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. So those are the 4. Speaking of Leggett, Anthony James, let's know, would you trade him for Stevenson?
Oh, yeah. Give me Stevenson, definitely. Definitely give me Stevenson.
Easily. Definitely easily. Rough times. Got Waddle off the waiver wire because why not? Needs 2 receivers, Kupp, Pickens, Waddle.
Well, if Kupp plays, I'm going Kupp, Pickens. If not, you know who you're playing.
Right. It is true that hitting the like button right now, clicking with your mouse and clicking the subscribe, even that it's free, it does not cost a thing except for half a second of your time. And we definitely appreciate it.
Yes.
All right. Exactly. Johnny, very good point, Johnny. We need some more likes because it helps. Nick Walker. Got Bijan, start Dobbins or Chuba. Both good.
Again, I'm slightly Chuba here. They both should be great this week, but that matchup for Chuba just seems too good. I'm going to go Chuba.
Yeah, going to go Chuba here. Both good, but Just almost impossible not to start him this week. Brian is in the house, and absolutely correct here. This is a correct take. Ayuk. We can all blame Clayton for saying that Ayuk was the best receiver in the league.
Oh, Clayton.
Right? Yeah. If you don't know, this is definitely an inside in-game joke. It's on the Discord. Love Clayton. Let's just say he's a Niners homer to the extreme. And yeah. Felix LeBron, Mason Irving, Cup, Downs for Cook and McLaurin. Is that what this is? Is that what this is?
That's if that's a trade, that is robbery. Or wait, or is it Mason Irving Cup? How come sometimes it gets that little weird box?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Like supposed to be an emoji or something? I can't tell.
I guess. I don't know. It looks like it says OBJ. It's weird. Mason Irving Cup Downs. Wait, so this is a trade. So Mason Irving Cup and Downs for Cook and McLaurin. I still think I'd take Cook and McLaurin.
It does look like it says OBJ, which is maybe it's supposed to be. I don't know. Okay, this to me looks like if we're reading it right, it's a 4 for 2.
Yeah, I think I'm taking the Cook McLaurin side because I prefer Cook to any of those running backs. McLaurin Cup close, I feel like. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Cook McLaurin side and grab somebody off of waivers. I mean, unless are you actually starting Mason Irving Cup and Downs every week? Like,
right.
Give me the two. Give me the 2 players.
Yeah, it's easy to say that 4 is getting more because, Cup and McLaurin, okay, maybe Cup's better. All right, sure. And then Cup and then those running backs, that's the thing, is Downs is kind of like a throw in here, and Downs is startable, but would you rather have the one running back you feel good about or the 2 running backs that you don't really know? And if Mason becomes worthless when CMC is back, then it's basically Cook for Irving. So, yeah, I agree. I'd rather have the sure thing with Cook and McLaurin. Jonathan Paisley, Sermon or Madison?
I gotta go Sermon. Unless, I mean, I don't know. If Zamir White is ruled out, maybe I could go Madison. But right now, I'm gonna go Sermon.
Yeah, I think I'll go Sermon, so I don't have to have a piece of the Raiders running game. Ron Garcia, don't remember Ron. He says we may have missed it, so let's do Mahomes or Goff.
Yeah, I don't remember answering this one, so we may have missed it. I might just go Goff here. I think I'm going Goff.
Yeah, I guess so. Neither one is in a good spot, really. But at least Goff has Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta. So sure, go Goff. Let's see. Where are we now? Wait a minute. I think I got skipped ahead here. Hold on. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna go back.
You're on.
Something happened, I think, because I'm trying to go in order here. I think I got skipped ahead. Yeah, I see it. No wonder I missed it.
I think this is the next one. Cody has another one, I think.
All right. Cody. What's up, Cody? Again.
1229.
Yeah, something happened. Mine just like jumped down to the bottom.
Yeah, that happens to me too. Like when I have to do this solo, my thing jumps all around sometimes and I have to scroll back.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're trying to do this in order so we don't miss anybody, don't make anybody wait too long. I see Mad Dog. We haven't done Mad Dogs or SoFlies.
Yeah, they're down a little bit. There's still, you got to go up even a little bit more.
Here we go. All right, I see.
Terry, Brandon. Okay.
And then Brandon Anthony.
Yeah.
All right, so Cody put his separate. Cody's is... With Kyler, I've got Kyron, Brees, Amon-Ra, Godwin, Kelsey. Okay. Bench is Cook, Achane, Tyreek. If Deontay doesn't play, who to start?
I don't see Deontay,
Yeah, I don't see him either.
but I guess he's somewhere in your lineup. So if he doesn't play, I go James Cook.
Yeah, just avoid the Dolphins for one more week. All right, now Brandon Anthony. Start one in the flex. Najee, Bateman, Gibson.
Can't play Gibson with Stevenson back. I know it's hard to bench Najee after last week, but man, there's a lot of things to be worried about for Najee. I talked about it on the stats video today. I don't know if I could do Bateman over him.
I could. If it's PPR.
All right, then I guess just go Bateman.
Yeah.
Assuming PPR, of course. Assuming PPR.
Go for some upside. Melissa wants to know Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield, which again is actually a legit question.
Yeah, I'm not I just never benching Josh Allen, so it's Josh Allen.
Right. You don't have a bad choice here. You like Mayfield this week, but exactly. Josh Allen. Not because Mark Cooper is going to do much this week, but he's Josh Allen.
Right.
Terry R in full PPR. Connor, Debo, Mooney, McConkey, Dobbs.
Only one of these guys? I think it's got to be Debo for me. I think I'm just going Debo. Just too much upside to bench.
Yeah. In this case, you go Debo if you only need one. SoFly, Ladder Pittman.
I'm going Lad. I'm not feeling a big Pittman week. I'm going Lad.
If not for that almost like Hail Mary-esque touchdown last week, Pittman would have done nothing. I mean, he went up and got it. Props to him, but that was kind of lucky. Yeah, go Lad. JMO Downs or BTJ? I know. I like him. I kind of like them all. I really like JMO, but I really like Downs. I feel like JMO kind of has that ceiling, but Downs is definitely safer. This is full PPR too.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I got to go Downs.
I'm okay with Downs. Yes, thank you for pointing this out, Roland. If anybody doesn't know, you better be a dog person. Otherwise,
yes.
Not welcome. Chris actually has more dogs than I do. It's just here's his know how to behave a little bit better.
Sometimes.
Mostly. The real problem is my dogs are where they bark at the front door. It's like right there. It's right there. So one day, a private soundproof studio. One day. Mad Dog. There you go. Perfect segue.
Yeah.
Mad Dog needs a running back between Najee, Bucky, and Tracy.
All right. Well, here I'll go Najee because at least I know he's getting the touches. He's the lead back. Bucky, I don't know. Tracy, I don't know. I'll just go Najee.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so aggravating, so annoying that you have these 2 and 3 man committees here. So I guess just go Najee. I don't even like it. London and Higgins, okay, needs one flex between those guys or Pickens, Amari, Worthy.
Nah, I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna play Etienne. Pickens. These guys are all risky. Let's just go with Pickens with Russ and hope it works out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, rough times. He lied. This is the last question. We'll see.
All right.
Have PPR and quarter points per rush. Is that it? 2 receivers in the flex. Cut Pickens, Waddle, B-Rob, Chase Brown.
Well, I'm definitely flexing Brian Robinson if he plays, even without the quarter point per rush, but that just makes it easier. Couple be my number 1 wide receiver. I think I would have Chase Brown next and then Pickens next. So I'll just rank them for you. Brian Robinson, Cup, Chase Brown, Pickens, Waddle. That's my ranking.
There you go. Makes sense. Hope Cup plays. Definitely hope B-Rob plays. Adrian Luna, golf. Hey, Adrian, who should I put in the flex? Mooney or Watson?
I actually like them both this week, but I'm going to give Mooney the edge. The number 2 wide receiver against that banged up Seahawks secondary.
Yeah, I like Mooney this week. Watson always has upside, but I think Mooney does too. Tyler C. Why are you worried about Evans?
Yeah, he's playing. He's good to go. I'm I'm just playing him.
Yeah. If Evans is playing, you play him. Mild flame, Nick Chubb or Khalil Shakir?
Oh,
Shakir.
you know what? Fine. Fine. I'll just go Nick Chubb. Fine.
Really? Wow.
Like, what are we getting from Shakir? How much is Shakir even going to play? Like, maybe Nick Chubb can, like, maybe, you know what? Maybe if they get down to the 1 yard line, they'll just give him the ball and he can fall in the end zone. Like, just give me Chubb here.
Well, I think the thing with Shakir is, of course, he's been hurt the last couple of weeks. Is he? I think he's playing, right? Isn't he playing this week?
I mean, yeah, like the way he played last week.
Well, I mean, sure, didn't do a whole lot, but maybe because he was hurt.
Yeah, no, he didn't play. He
That's-
definitely was limited in his snaps last week, but
I mean, that's not like Chubb will give you nothing. I don't know. If this is PPR, I'll probably go Shakir.
the Titans the best secondary this year, number 1.
I didn't see that coming. I knew they got better with their offseason additions, but yeah, Titans. Although partly they don't score enough points to make the other team actually have to throw the ball. That's part of it.
Well, that's true. That's definitely part of it.
Definitely part of it. Yeah, this one's a toss-up here. Purdy or Cousins from AS?
I'm going Cousins.
Who is? Yeah, I'll go Cousins too. Thick fingers. I've got the membership. We need to tell Richard that the Bills are never getting past the Chiefs.
Okay. Are you guys having a spat in the chat or what? Or who's Richard? Is he your friend, like, listening with you right now? Who's Richard?
Probably. I don't see this thing going on here. I think this is his first one. All right. Well, I have to say that not only do I agree with this, but as a lifelong Dolphins fan, I guarantee you the Bills are never getting past the Chiefs in the playoffs. Richard, I hate to tell you, Bills ain't doing it. Not happening. Not happening. All right, Jody, earlier asked who the receivers were. Okay. Deontay plays. Yes. AJ Brown and Amon Ra. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yes.
So that's fine. All right, let's get to the next super chat. It's Tristram with the RB2 question and a 12-team full PPR. Have the Lions stack: London, Devontae, and Tank Dell. Evan Ingram, Jacobs, not sure about RB2. Vidal, Gibson, White, Tucker.
If Stevenson misses, you should definitely go Gibson, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I don't know. Maybe just it's not a good matchup, but maybe just gamble on Sean Tucker looking like the best running back. I mean, Vidal, what do you need from Vidal? Like, okay, he scored last week, but it was like a wheel route. He got like 5 touches. I don't know. I go Gibson if Ramondre is out. Otherwise, I'll just gamble on Sean Tucker. This is tough.
Yeah, this is desperation territory. So, agree. If Ramondre plays, I guess go Tucker and see if lightning strikes twice. LEJ and explanation of earlier question. Okay, so he said he's been trying to trade Mason for actual players with no success. So now he's just going for injured players. I mean, nobody wants him. What can you do? But
yeah, but again, who's on IR that you really want to trade for? Like, just roll with Mason. Just keep Mason.
Yeah, you don't want to sell low like just for the sake of trading him, because we do not know that CMC is going to come back and all of a sudden just play the rest of the season with no problem. He gets hurt again, you're glad you have Mason, so it's fine. S follow-up: safe with Higgins or go B-Rob in the afternoon?
I mean, it's. I mean, we should know by tomorrow morning about B-Rob. I think if B-Rob plays, I'm still playing him, even over Higgins in half PPR. We should know by tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, check in tomorrow. We're streaming before the games start, the early games, not the London game. But that London game is going to be boring. What, the Patriots, Jaguars? Forget that. Just watch us instead. So during that game, we're going to be streaming for 3 hours. We'll have all the injury updates at the beginning. We'll let you know. And if it's like a game time decision or we don't know about B-Rob for some reason, just go Higgins. 808 Mike, what's up? Debo, Devontae Smith, BTJ, Kareem Hunt, B-Rob needs a receiver and a flex.
All right, Devonta Smith will be my receiver, and then B-Rob will be my flex. But if B-Rob doesn't play, Debo will be my flex.
Yeah, I think Devontae Smith has to start here, and B-Rob if he plays. Chargers or Vikings on defense?
I like the Chargers this week, but how do you bench the Vikings? I think you got to just roll with the Vikings.
Yeah, it's not like a smash spot for the Chargers defense, if such a thing exists. So just go Vikings. Alex Snodgrass Real Estate. Welcome back, Alex. In a standard league with 6-point passing TD, Baker or JD?
Still got to go JD. Again, he could rush for 100+ yards against this Panthers defense. I still got to go JD.
Yeah, I like Baker, all the props to Baker, all the glory, but still got to go JT. And then standard start 2, Tank, B-Rob, Cook, Jacobs, Devontae Adams.
I'll rank them: Brian Robinson, James Cook, Jacobs. So if Brian Robinson is out, you're obviously playing Cook and Jacobs.
Yeah, Robinson first, Cook second. For me, let me see, chart 2, that's it. Okay. Full PPR, Brian Thomas, Tank, I guess Tank Dell or Douglas.
If that's Tank Dell, I'm going Tank Dell. If it's Tank Bigsby, I'll go Brian Thomas.
Yeah, look, these are receivers, so I'm going to assume it's Tank Dell. I'll say Tank Dell. 3 Ds, 40. Mostert or Moss? Oh, well, then you think I have Bigsby too.
Yeah, I just go Bigsby. I'm just going to go Bigsby here. I'm not feeling Mostert, Moss are fine, but not feeling much from them. Let's go Bigsby.
Yeah, the thing with Mostert is he got run the week before because Achane, remember, had missed with a concussion. So Mostert's not a strong start. Daniel Hernandez, welcome back, Daniel. And here's the super chat question: Harrison, Douglas, BTJ.
I think I just go BTJ here. I think he has enough upside. The matchup isn't horrible. I'm going to go Brian Thomas.
Yeah, I agree with that. Purdy or May?
Purdy. I like Purdy this week, actually.
We really don't know what we're getting with May. If you're feeling risky, you want to try May, you can, but Purdy's probably the wiser pick. Next is... No, we already got that. Tagar. Pick 1, running back, 1 flex. Mason Sermon, Mooney, Juju, Hunt.
I'm going to go Hunt and Mooney, assuming PPR. If it's non-PPR, I'll go Hunt and Sermon, I think. Or maybe Hunt and Mason.
Yeah, we don't know if this is PPR or not. If it is PPR, what you're saying, Mooney and who?
I like Hunt. I'm going Hunt. I don't mind that matchup. Hunt and Mooney.
Yeah, I think that's fine. These guys are all kind of close. All right, let's assume it's... All right. By the way, I'm not going to keep talking about this, but I do have to show my darling wife who's watching. There she is, Thomas Essence. Thank you for watching. Number 1 fan. Actually, sorry, I got to say probably number 2 fan. My mom claimed number 1 fan status. Bobby Brook. Apologies. Another question. Forget it. We can't. No, I'm just kidding. Chargers or Chiefs?
Rest of the season, who cares? This week, Chargers.
Rest of season? Wait, what? We're not doing rest of season defense questions. Now you do need to apologize. No,
yeah, come on, Bobby. You've been, but I will say this about the Chargers: they get the Saints, the Browns, and the Titans the next 3 weeks after this. So you can probably just roll with the Chargers the next 3 games.
There you go. And I will say now might be time to start thinking about rest of the season schedule and playoffs and all that. We're running backs and receivers, maybe quarterbacks, not defense. All right, Zell goes hard. All right. Let's see who's going to go hard with this week. Pick 2 receivers and 2 flex. Hill, Ayuk, Wandale, Juju, Kirk, D-Hop.
I think Ayuk has to be one. I think Wandale is going to be my other, and I think I'm still going to go Tyreek. So Tyreek, Ayuk, Wandale.
Yeah, not D-Hop. He's saying something about Mason Rudolph. I haven't seen that Mason Rudolph is starting.
I mean, look, he might come in during this game if Will Levis continues to be terrible, which he definitely could, but I don't think Mason Rudolph is starting. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, I haven't even heard anything that they might consider it.
No. But even if it was, well, now we have to start Hopkins. No,
right.
That's not how that works. Ayuk has to be one. Hill. I would probably go Juju and Kirk then. What about Chucks, Adams, or Jacobs in full PPR?
I'm going Jacobs. Jacobs should start getting good here. He's getting the usage. He's had good matchups. At some point, it should happen for him. Maybe it won't, but I still like Jacobs enough. I'm going to play Jacobs.
Yeah. I think you can eliminate the risk of Adams here. RFR, Bills or Commanders?
Bills get Titans? You got to go Bills. Got to go Bills.
Yeah. Whether it's Will Levis, Mason Rudolph, whoever, it's the Bills defense. All right, Brian. Drop the sticker. Thank you. All right. 2 running backs and a flex. Mondre, Sermon, Mostert, Michael Wilson.
Josh Palmer.
He's back, I guess.
I'm going the first 2 running backs. If for some reason Ramondre doesn't play, I guess I'm going Sermon and Mostert. Maybe Mostert scores.
Yeah, with these options, yeah. Mondre and Sermon. Keith Vines. Got Ayuk, London, Chuba, Barkley, Muth, Dobbins, and then the bench. Any switches? It's PP. You got to get Deontay in there if he plays.
Yeah, bench Ayuk, put Deontay in.
Well, and then B-Rob.
Yeah, I think I got to go B-Rob over Dobbins if he plays.
Yep. Agree. All right, Keith. So switch those out. Got to put Deontay in there, put B-Rob, but do check the injury report tomorrow. Check back with us, and we'll see what happens. Adrian, Michael, Joku or Otten?
Otten. I don't want to play at Browns if I don't have to. Otten.
Yeah, I'm good with Otten. He was the best streaming recommendation for tight end this week. We're going to go with him. Josue Villarreal, Ayuk, Mooney, Downs, or Douglas?
I might just put Downs in over Ayuk. I think Downs will be good enough. I go Downs over Ayuk, although Mooney's interesting too. But
these are all kind of lumped together in that same tier, aren't they? They're all really close. The one I kind of get the best feeling about for upside is Downs. Ayuk is the one you feel like you should start the most, but I know you're kind of getting that opposite kind of tingly feeling.
Well, he's had one good game all year. You feel like you should start him, and then every week you wonder why you did.
Right. So I think I'm fine with Downs here. Odin Sensei, Mason or Connor?
I'm just gonna go with Connor. They're both in tough matchups, but give me the guy who's healthy. That's Connor. I'm gonna go Connor.
Yeah, go Connor here because not a great matchup for him, but not for Mason either. Rico Baptiste, pick up Ridley Hopkins or Watson.
Give me Watson. I don't want one of these Titans pass catchers, and Mason Rudolph isn't going to suddenly make me all in on the Titans again. Give me Watson.
Didn't think it would. Yeah. Let's just go Watson here. And I think Watson was one of the top pickups anyways, regardless. always one of the top pickups if you happen to be in the market for a used DVD from a movie from the late 90s. I bet you can guess what it is.
Shrek 2 on DVD.
Shrek 2 on DVD. Still trendy on our streams. Garrett Wilson or Downs?
I do like Downs, but I don't think I could put him over Garrett Wilson yet. I'm still going Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, this is close. Downs is clearly a good start this week, but Garrett Wilson is still the number one receiver there, even with Devontae Adams playing. Adrian Michael also wants to know Chuba or Gibbs. That's tougher than usual.
It is. I might just go Chuba, honestly. He gets the Commanders. Gibbs against the Vikings. I mean, he can catch passes, but so can Chuba. I think I'm just going to go Chuba.
I think I am too. This particular week, because the matchup is so good for Chuba, and it's pretty tough for Gibbs. Zach Ames, can you drop Rachaad White for Stevenson?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, do this. Grab Stevenson now before somebody else does, because he might be playing. But if you're going to start Stevenson, I don't know if you are. Remember, it's the early game tomorrow, like the early game. Short season. What's up? Speaking of short, Kyler Murray, or pick up Darnold or May off of waivers.
If you could pick up Darnold without having to drop Kyler Murray, then yes, I would pick up Darnold and play him. But I don't want to drop Kyler Murray just to play Darnold.
Right. Makes sense. You can stream Darnold, but maybe there's somebody else you can drop. Berserkus? That sound right? Berserkus?
Sure.
Start 2, flex 2, Cup, Harrison, Scary, Reed, Judu, Pop.
All right, so we need 4 of these guys. I'll rank them: Cup, Terry, Reed, Harrison, Pop. That should be enough, right? Because that's 5. And
yep.
Yeah. So there you go.
It somehow has Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels. Who you're holding, who you're trading?
I'm holding JD. I'm trading Allen, but really I'm just trading whichever one gets me the best return.
That's fair enough. I mean, I think it feels safer to hold on to Josh Allen and not risk, Jaden Daniels starting to hit the wall or slump or, something. But yeah, depends who you get more for. Let's go back to remember the Wizard of Odds had that question. AR over May, he forgot to mention you get negative points for incompletions and positive for completions.
I mean, we feel like Drake May is going to be so much more accurate than Anthony Richardson. I mean, Drake May had a 60% completion percentage. Still going AR. I don't think this even matters, honestly.
Agree. Blake Gold, Waddle, Singletary, or Leggett?
Am I really going Leggett over Waddle just because the Commanders? I might too. Just go Leggett. Yeah, I might just go Leggett.
Leggett's done some things. Waddle with no fault of his own. Tyler Huntley there. No, I just go the upside Leggett. Maybe he catches a touchdown. Maybe he does something. I would go Leggett. Brian Maya. Mason or Tracy? Bad matchup or sharing snaps?
Yeah, I'm going to go Mason here. He's got that 49ers offense. He should be the guy. I know it's risky, but Tracy risky too. Just give me Mason.
Yeah, risky, but he is good. It's not a game time decision here. He's at least clear. We know he's playing. So, yeah, it's not a good matchup, but I don't think Tracy against the Eagles in terms of a running offense is a great matchup either. So I'm always going to go to the guy who has more opportunity, and that's Mason. And also, let me remind you, the whole Malik Neighbors hadn't been there while Tracy was running. So anyways. Let's go to Cesar Leo again. Chase Brown or Stevenson. Is that a separate thing? Mason, Sermon, Goodson needs 1 and 1. Yeah, I guess so. So Brown or Stevenson.
Stevenson. And then I probably go Mason second, Sermon third, Chase Brown fourth. I think is my order.
Yeah, I agree with that. Stevenson, Mason, basically. Chill Ethan. What's up? New time member. Welcome, Ethan. Glad to have you on here.
Welcome.
Wants to know, you trade Amari Cooper and DJ Moore for Bijan. It's a 10-man league, 2 flexes.
Yeah, I'd probably just do this. You need upside in the 10-man. I'm guessing because it's a 10-man, you probably have somebody decent you can replace those receivers with. Okay, so here we go.
Since you mentioned
DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Kupp, Amari Cooper, Mike Evans. Yeah, you need Bijan. Jordan Mason, Kareem Hunt. Yeah, get Bijan.
Yes, a very good receiver room here, and with Kupp and Hill now coming back, you could be stacked at receiver on the way to the rest of the season, and you need running back. So this makes a lot of sense for you. So good trade, do it, get Bijan. Let's go to Alex Stevens, Bateman or Michael Wilson.
Yeah, just give me Bateman in that matchup against the Bucs.
Agree there. Go Bateman. He's become a little bit more interesting. All right, thick fingers. 12-team PPR, Christian Watson, Devin Singletary, or Tutu Atwell.
I'm just going to go with Watson here. I think he's a tier above these guys. I think he's got more upside than these guys. Give me Watson.
Agreed. Watson is a good start. Tutu, I don't know. No. Leo Hilo, Downs, Dell, Jason, or Worthy needs 3.
The first three. Why Miami slot worried? Why are you worried about the Miami slot? They give up the most targets out of the slot of any team this year. Why are you worried? What am I missing? What did I miss?
I was gonna say that's the reason to start Downs. Yeah, Downs, Dell, JSN. Probably in that order. Adrian Michael got Neighbors, Godwin, Reed, Metcalf. We have to sit one though.
Reed's got to sit. I don't want to do it, but you got good choices. Reed sitting.
Yeah, I'm going to have to sit Reed here. Godwin is just no doubt you have to start. Neighbors is now a must start. We still have Metcalf as a must start. Reed is just barely a little bit lower. And then we got Jonathan Hazy, McConkey, Downs, Bigsby, or Leggett. Reflection 1, PPR.
Yeah, some tough choices here, but I think I have to have Downs higher than all these guys.
Yeah, keep talking about Downs. Like him this week, no reason not to. And full PPR, we'll go Downs. And then he also wants to know Trey Sermon or Alexander Mattison.
I do kind of like Madison if Zamir White is completely out. He's got a good matchup and he got great usage last week, but Sermon also has a really good matchup. He's in that Colts offense. I'm going to go Sermon.
It is a good matchup against the Bad Rams defense, but I don't care. I don't want to deal with it. I'm just going to go Sermon and hope he bounces back. And then we got Scott Cobe. Don't see a question right here. We'll look for it. See if we see one. Scott. Hold on. See if it happens to be right above it. All right. Gonna keep going because I can't find it. So if we find one, we'll put it up, Scott. Or we'll just say thanks if it was just a donation. Let's do the next super chat. Good point. Metallic Fox. Murray or me?
I would put Drake May on tomorrow's thumbnail, but they're going to be playing. They're getting a lot of Drake May questions. It's Kyler Murray still for me.
Still Kyler Murray. Again, understandable, but with Harrison back, you can feel good enough about Murray. Daniel Caps, true to his name, play Murray or stream Geno, Rodgers, or May? Kind of similar question.
No, I'm still going Murray here.
Yeah,
I
I
have to
will
put
say
Kyler Murray on the thumbnail tomorrow.
I know people are now going to be more in on Rodgers because Devontae's there, but go with the guy who still has rushing upside. And it's not a good matchup on the road against the Steelers.
Steelers defense? Nah.
No. What is good? Benny Black, always in the house. Here's a quarterback question for you, Geno or Dalton?
I'm going to go Dalton. I like him this week against Commanders. I'm going to go Dalton.
Got to go with the matchup here. Again, I feel like if Geno puts up yardage, and I say yardage because he doesn't throw more than exactly one touchdown per game, it's Dalton. Dalton based on the matchup. Geno might put up yardage, but I'm kind of tired of waiting for that, so Dalton it is. Wendell, there he goes. Wendell Asturias needs to choose two receivers in the flex: Hill, BTJ, Pittman, Irving, Tracy, Mostert.
I think I'm going to go the first three wide receivers. I don't love Pittman this week, but Irving, I mean, man, it's so frustrating. Tracy, who knows? Mostert. I'm just going to go those first three wide receivers in PPR. Hope for the best.
Yeah. Great. Go with the receivers.
I don't think I can put Goodson in over Mostert. I'm still going Mostert here, Benny.
Yeah, Benny's got a couple more. Mostert, not loving him, but can't start Goodson. Benny also wants to know Dalton, Stafford, Daniel Jones, or Stafford. Wait.
It's two Staffords. You must really like Stafford. And I like Stafford this week too, but I think I still go Dalton.
Yeah, go Dalton. Brandon Ahmed, start one. BTJ Lad Downs, Addison Mason.
Only one of these guys? I might slightly go Addison here. I like that matchup against the Lions at home. But, man, these are all very close. Very close.
I'm going to go... Yeah, this is tough. I like the middle three the most. It's either Downs or Addison. I think Addison might have the best upside, though. I'm looking up here because somebody said, and it looks like this is a for real thing. Kenneth Walker, questionable with illness. This is from Adam Schefter. Came out less than an hour ago. But then it's funny. Someone pointed out conveniently, it looks like his birthday is tomorrow. So birthday hangover, early birthday hangover.
Maybe.
But for what it's worth, Kenneth Walker is suddenly on the questionable list. That's true. This is a real thing.
Yeah, I saw it too. I just never really worry about illnesses, but we'll see.
That's funny. If he's, in the backfield and he's, kind of like this, then
if he throws up, yeah, he's like waiting for the snap, and all of a sudden he's like, ah.
Yeah. Usually the offensive linemen are the ones to do that. Oh, that's funny. All right. Let's get to personification. I think
This
two
is
receivers in the
tough.
flex. Jamar, what? Devontae, Addison, and Jamison.
I mean, you're starting the first two. It's just between Jamison and Addison because I like them both this week. But I don't know. I think I feel slightly better about Addison, but you could talk me into either one here.
Yeah, I keep saying it. I feel like that might be a good game for the receivers. The matchup, I guess slightly. Well, no, not really. It's actually good for both receivers.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. I guess I would say I don't know. I'm gonna go Jameson. He's the one I picked to boom. I think I'm gonna go Jameson. But
Yeah,
Addison,
it's
close.
fine either way, honestly.
Definitely starting the first two. Lex Dad, what's up? Money League. There you go. That's the way you do it. 5-1 in a half PPR league. Down 22 because of Denver's defense. Not a good feeling. All right. Got Hurts, Godwin, AJ Brown, Connor, Dobbins, Colby Parkinson, and JMO. Okay, so he could get that home run. Kincaid. You got to put Kincaid over Parkinson, don't you?
Yeah, I gotta put Kincaid over Parkinson, especially with Cooper Cup probably back.
You take a chance on like Tank over Connor, or is that too risky?
I might do Tank over Connor if Etienne is out because I don't think Connor has a ton of upside this week, so I might do that. But I think everything else looks fine.
Yeah.
Always
solid.
rough.
Huh?
Always rough when your opponent's defense goes off on Thursday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always rough when your opponent's defense goes off anyways, but especially when it's on Thursday and you have to just look at it for 3 days.
Yeah, that's even worse. All right, well, let's just say
let's get that comeback, Lex Dad. Let's get that comeback.
Yeah. You got Godwin, AJ Brown, and Hurts. You have plenty of firepower still. Questioning this one is making me question if I missed something too. Otio Cantu, Corum over Connor Chuba. Kyron isn't hurt, is he?
I mean, not unless did he just get arrested a second ago or something?
Yeah, I don't think we're playing Corum over anybody just yet. Stash him, sure, but not starting him.
Right.
Just want to make sure. All right, let's see. We're almost caught up, believe it or not. But then again, we have been on over 3 hours. Lex Dad wants to know, is offered to get the Dolphins, Etienne Waddle for Godwin. Ooh, that's intriguing.
I don't think
he's 5-1.
I mean, yeah, you're 5-1 because you drafted Chris Godwin. I think this is definitely I definitely want to buy low on these guys, but why trade Godwin right now? Why even? I'm just gonna keep Godwin.
Yeah, sometimes you can outsmart yourself. Right? You're like, this seems like a good buy low.
All right, well, it's official now because this is from Tom Pelissero. Mason Rudolph is indeed starting tomorrow.
Well, that's news. Okay, well, whoever it was, I don't remember.
Yeah, props to whoever said it. That still doesn't make me excited about the Titans, but I guess it's a little better.
No, this isn't. Oh, well, now you got to fire up Hopkins. No, but man, it's too bad that George Pickens isn't on Tennessee.
Right?
No. Yeah, I mean, this is tempting to buy Etienne and Waddle. I get it, but man, maybe somebody besides Godwin. Probably not. Nah, I don't think so. Too risky. You could shoot yourself in the foot here. Beast mode Kane. That's what I'm talking about. Trade Kyler Murray for Aaron Rodgers?
No, I don't. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is somebody I'm trying to trade for.
No. Yeah, even with Devontae Adams, I still don't think he's really going to be a weekly starter in a single QB league. And what I'm saying, he's not going to be a top 10 fantasy quarterback. I just don't think he is. Let's get to Juice stepping in late. Juice 420. Pick 3 to start. Devontae, Harrison, Chase Brown, take Bigsby, Juju, Watson. Oh, and McConkey. He's saying he also has McConkey.
Oh, some tough choices here, man. I think I'm going Tank if Etienne sits. I think I still got to go Harrison over these guys. I might go Ladd over Adams. That one's close.
I'm fine with that. We're just picking any three here. I'll just say I'm gonna probably continue to be irrationally high on Tank. I like Tank. Probably Harrison has to start, and I might go Ladd. So yeah. Vincent Leno in an 8-teamer. These are fun. JD, K9, Bijan, Drake, Neighbors, Ingram, Brees. On the bench is Bigsby, Javante Javante already played, and he wasn't, man. Deontay, Pickens, Flowers, Odunze, any moves? I wonder if he's talking trades, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate Javante went off in your bench, but you're not starting him over Walker, Bijan, Brees.
No, not at all.
Drake, what are you gonna do here? Who are you gonna trade for?
There's no way to improve this team, I don't think.
Right? I don't even know what you're gonna do. What are you gonna do? You have studs everywhere. Like, yeah, you're good, Vincent.
There's really no way to make this team better. I just have to say, unless you trade one of your bench players for Brock Bowers. I don't know. Ingram and Javante to get Brock Bowers. There you go. And your lineup is good for this week. Chris Wynn, Bigsby, Tracy, Irving, Mostert, Mooney, 1 running back and 1 flex.
All right, Bigsby will be the running back, assuming Etienne is out. Mooney will be the flex. If Etienne plays, I guess I'll go Mostert at running back and hope he scores. Let's just hope Etienne is out so you can just roll with Bigsby.
Yeah, I'm just going to start Bigsby anyways, and then Mooney is the flex if it's PPR. This one from Stanley Krapinski, I feel like we need to answer this. It's a money league. Good. Should I play Bigsby or Brees Hall?
Stanley, you're in a money league. Brees Hall. Play Brees Hall, please.
I'm not this irrationally high on Tank Bigsby. I know to start Brees Hall over. Definitely Brees Hall. Adrian's got a good question. Is Sean Tucker going to be a 1-week wonder?
He might be. He very well could be. Very well could be. Another guy people burned a lot of fab on this week. There have been some fab burners this year. Just torching fab. Just might as well tell your commissioner, give me 0 fab this year because I'm going to torch it on all these 1-week wonders.
There have been a lot. That's what's funny. In a weird way, it's like there's been so many injuries and players that need to step up, and yet so many of these replacements that have not been worth keeping. So it's a weird year. I said this, like I had to talk about him on the waiver wire because he was leading rusher last week, and yeah, now he has a role. But I also said you do not have to go pick up Sean Tucker. He's not a must add, and he's not somebody to burn all your fab on. So I'm worried that, yeah, he might be a 1-week wonder because you got to look at the context of the game last week. It was a ridiculous blowout against a team that now looks like the worst defense in the league. So take it for what it's worth. Berserkus, let's do this one too. Ingram or Kincaid?
I got to go Ingram. Ingram just set and forget for me.
Yep. And Tracy or Mason?
Mason. Going Mason.
Yeah, me too. Rather stash Kendre or Jalen Wright?
This one's interesting. Kendre looked pretty good in his limited opportunities. He's closer to being relevant than I think Jalen Wright is. I'm going to go Kendre.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, look, if they do trade Kamara, you never know. But that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
Quan Park needs 2. Reed, Ayuk, Douglas, Pickens, Addison. Full PPR.
Oh, you got to play Reed. And you know what? I might just sit Ayuk for Addison. I don't think Addison can be any less frustrating or any more frustrating than Ayuk. And I think he has just as much, if not more, upside this week. I'm going to go Reed Addison.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Reed and Addison. If you're feeling Ayuk, you can go with him. It's tough call between those two, but Reed and Addison will be the call right now. And then Lex Dad, PPR flex, Sermon or Harrison?
Wait, he says Sermon or Harrison, Tyreek Hill or Downs, like all these guys. Yeah. I don't know how this works, but I'm gonna rank. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna rank them Downs, Harrison, Hill, Sermon.
Yeah, the two ors makes it look like two questions, plus you put a comma in there. So I'm going to say Harrison and Downs if that's the or thing. All right, Benny now wants to know Tank Dell or BTJ.
I'm going Tank Dell. Not a bad matchup for him. I liked his usage last week. Give me Dell.
Give me Dell too. Let's do Edgar Padilla. This is always on here. Would you trade Najee for Connor in standard?
Yeah, give me Connor. Definitely give me Connor.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely going to go Connor here. Definitely not answering that one, Max. Dustin Forsberg. Worthy players for a Lamb trade? Like you're trading to get Lamb or give up Lamb? Or
either way, you better get some real studs back. Like a really, really high-end wide receiver and a really high, really good running back, or a really high-end running back and a really good wide receiver. Like if you're going to offer a trade for Lamb, I mean, obviously you want to shoot a little lower if you're offering the trade, but don't be insulting.
Right. I wonder, do you feel like there is, I want to say, sort of a buy low window on CeeDee Lamb after coming off a not great game? I mean, it was a ridiculously depressing game for Cowboys fans, but also in the buy, you know how people think.
Yeah, I think there is definitely a buy low. And what's funny is if you look at it last year, CeeDee Lamb after week 7, I think was the wide receiver 20, and then he went on to be the best wide receiver in fantasy. For some reason, they start slow. But you sent me this from Mike Clay, the rest of the season strength of schedule. Dallas, the second easiest strength of schedule for quarterbacks and the fourth easiest for wide receivers. Don't be surprised if Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb do what they did last year in the second half and dominate.
Yeah, I think this is a good time. And Dak will definitely be buy low if you're doing that kind of thing in a single quarterback league, which you don't need to. But Lamb, hey, this might be a time. Go get him if you can. Don't give up too much. Jason Burris, Murray or Richardson?
I'm still going Murray over Richardson. I mean, they're both risky. Let's go with the guy who seems less risky.
Fair enough. Higgins or Deontay? Oh, man. Can't start both?
I know you can't start both. I guess if I had to choose, I would go Deontay because he gets the Commanders. But, man, I really want to start both.
Yeah, I barely would give the edge to Deontay. Yes, he should be playing. I mean, we'll check in.
I mean, if he doesn't, pivoting to Higgins is not a bad thing at all. So
right. And here we go. It was Zell who goes hard. He was the one who called the Mason Rudolph thing. You got it. I don't know.
Well done.
You're there. Done. Maybe you're there in Tennessee, or maybe you just follow Will Levis too closely on social media or something. But yeah, you got it.
Maybe.
Which means no Will Levis meme for week 7. That's the bad part of it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Very sad. All right, Beast Mode Kane. Pick 4. Davante Adams, Pop, Harrison, Pittman, Pickens, Deontay, or all caps Ayuk.
Deontay, Harrison, Ayuk. I'd probably just go Adams. Deontay, Harrison, Ayuk, Adams, my 4.
So you are squeezing Ayuk in there. All right, good to know.
In this case, yes.
I will too. I go Ayuk, definitely Deontay. I think, man, it's always this group. You know, every stream, there's at least 1 or 2 players we go like over and over. We get a lot of Ayuk today, but I feel like it's the same group of receivers, right? A lot of Pittman, a lot of Pickens, and I understand why. I think I can sit Pittman here. I think I can sit Pickens here. So Ayuk, Johnson, Harrison, and I don't know. You're going Pop over Adams?
No, I'm going Adams over Pop, I think.
That's surprising. You're big on Pop.
I am big on Pop, but at the same time, I understand that Pop is playing with Drake May in London.
Yeah. All right. Go Adams. Blair Davis. Start one, Moss, Singletary, or Bucky.
I don't know. I probably just play Bucky and hope he's the better of the three.
Yeah. And again, this is a committee and hot hand and whatever. I still think Bucky is the best running back there. And so I think Bucky will still wind up getting not only more touches, but doing the most with them. So he is still startable when these are your options. Anthony jumping in at the last minute here. They just let him out of the straitjacket because he decided to start Cortland Sutton. Well,
that was brutal. 0 targets. That was terrible. Terrible.
One of those fun games where the team wins in a rout and yet your player does nothing on that team. That's the best. Zach Price needs 2: Addison, Mason, Harrison, JSN, and then a tight end.
I'm gonna go Addison and Marvin Harrison. I like Harrison. I still feel like it's close to hard to bench. Addison has the upside. I'll probably just stream Ertz. Ertz is one of those guys, he doesn't cause me stress if I stream him. I feel like I know I'm going to get something from him, so I'll just go Ertz.
Yeah, Ertz has a great matchup this week too, so Ertz is fine. Jono's interesting, but not if you have one like Ertz. Now, I'm curious, and I don't mean curious enough to start him, but Pat Freiermuth, does he benefit from Russell Wilson?
Maybe. But I mean, I'm not going to put guys in my lineup just because I think maybe they could benefit from a new QB. You know what I mean? Let me see that they benefit first, unless I have no other choice, of course.
Anthony does have a question. If Aaron Jones doesn't play, would you go Trey Sermon or Kamani Vidal?
No, I'll just go Trey Sermon. I might just go Trey Sermon either way. It's not a great spot for Aaron Jones, and he's banged up. I might go Trey Sermon either way here, honestly.
There you go. Ethan Johnson has a trade, wondering to accept Mason for Evans.
Yeah, just give me Evans. Just give me Evans. If I can trade Mason right now, I'm doing it. And if I could trade Mason for Evans, I'm taking Evans.
If you're getting Evans, absolutely. If you're, because what does it say in the end there? Evans Nakua? What?
Yeah, don't give up Evans for Mason. If you're getting Evans, do it. If you're getting Mason, definitely do not do this.
Yeah, the end is worrying me. It's making me think that you have Evans. Look, yeah, get Evans. Do not give up Evans for Mason. Not at all. Jay. And Joker Kincaid?
Kincaid
for sure. Stevenson or Jones?
Definitely Stevenson if he plays.
Update on Walker? Questionable.
He's got an illness. We'll see what that is.
Irina Worthy and Joker or Kraft?
I'll go in Njoku here. I'm not Kraft. Okay, he had those 2 nice weeks when everybody was hurt. Nah, just give me Njoku. He'll at least get targets.
Yeah, don't want a Brown, but in this case, it's fine. Adrian Michael, Love or Mayfield?
Man, hard to bench Love, but how do you bench Mayfield in this matchup? I think you got to go Mayfield.
Yeah. Exactly, and I say this, not the best matchup for Love necessarily, Houston's pass defense, so Mayfield it is. Brazil, think I can drop Juju or Pop to pick up Ridley?
I mean, I'm fine dropping Juju. I still like this thing. Mason Rudolph doesn't all of a sudden make me excited for Ridley here, but I will say one thing: Ridley will probably have a fine game this week because they'll probably give him 5 screen passes. Just because everybody was talking about 0 for 8 last week. So that they're going to force him the ball and give him little screen passes where it's a guaranteed catch. If you want to drop Juju for Ridley, that's fine, but whatever. I'm not dropping Pop, though. Not dropping Pop.
Still not in on the Titans offense, huh? Yeah, I don't blame you. I wouldn't mind picking up Ridley for Juju. I think that's fine. Go for it. See what happens. Here's a familiar name. Updating the membership here.
What's up,
It's
Stinger?
Stinger, aka Logan.
What's up?
All right. Had to update. And also got a question. Moss or Sermon?
Just give me Sermon. Better matchup. He should be the lead back. Anthony Richardson helps. Give me Sermon.
Yeah, the Dolphins' rush defense is close to non-existent, so Sermon should bounce back, and he's still gonna pretty much get all the touches to Goodson. Yeah, they'll mix Goodson in once in a while, but it's still mostly Sermon. Alex, Najee or Chase Brown, and then we have to pick two of those.
I'm just gonna go Chase Brown. I think he has more upside.
Yeah, Chase Brown. And somebody earlier said, like, why are we so down on Chase Brown? And somebody said it again. I'm not down on him. It's just let's not get carried away by him. I mean, he's not like he went ballistic last week. And I actually had him as a boom last week. So I was super high on Chase Brown.
Yeah, my question is, why are people so high on Chase Brown?
Yeah. We don't want to get too high. Don't get too carried away.
He's fine. He's good. He'll be good. He'll be solid. Give me Chase Brown over Najee. Jameson, Mooney, worthy Ayuk. I guess Ayuk and Jameson. Although I really am tempted to say Mooney over Ayuk, but probably should go Ayuk.
I like JMO, and yeah, I think I still got to go Ayuk here. I mean, he's not going to do nothing, right? Not going to do nothing.
I mean, he hasn't been getting you nothing. Like 5 points, 6 points.
Yeah.
It's not nothing. I mean, it's basically it might as well be nothing, but it's technically not nothing.
So you were worthless to me. Mikey J, would you trade Downs to get Evan Ingram?
You know what? If I was like super deep at wide receiver and Downs is my wide receiver 5 or something, then yeah, I'll take Evan Ingram. Not have to stress about tight end the rest of the year. Hopefully, if he stays healthy.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Downs is good, but this would be more helpful at the position. I'm assuming you're streaming or just bad at tight end. Sure. All right, now Ethan did clarify he does have Evans. All right, so don't do that.
No, this is worse.
Mason and Pacheco.
This is worse.
That is
worse.
Is
worse. No, it's worse. No.
Absolutely not. This guy is trying to fleece you. Do not let it happen. Don't do it. Just say no and don't trade with him. Not saying never, but don't. Harv Danger, have Stevenson, Chase Brown, Algier, Madison, and then a QB got Goff, May. Wide receiver is Harrison. Okay.
All right. Are we just picking? I guess. If we're going like I assume 2-2-1. Stevenson and Chase Brown if he plays. If Stevenson doesn't play, I'll probably go Madison if White is out. If White plays, then I guess you're going Chase Brown, Algier. I'm going to go Goff over Drake May. For wide receiver, I have Marson, Harris. I'll take Harrison and Douglas. Again, I don't know what you really need here, Harv. Sorry.
Right. I'll agree. Goff over May. Not down on Brown. Stevenson first, but Chase Brown second if you need two of those guys. And then Douglas and Watson are fine, but Harrison's still over them. Chill Ethan, who just re-upped the membership. Actually, I should say got a new member. Pick one at the flex, Hunt, Mason, Sermon, or Algier.
I think I still got to go Mason over these guys. He's in that 49ers offense. I think I still got to go Mason here.
Yeah. So like
actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go because I am nervous for Mason. I'm going to go Hunt.
Yeah, I think earlier someone asked straight up Hunt or Mason, and there was another Hunt, Mason, whatever. You liked Hunt a little bit better, and I think that's fine. Hunt, Mason.
Yeah, I'm going to go Hunt, actually.
Did not see somebody said like they're saying they're going to start Garendo. I haven't seen that, but then again, maybe y'all know we don't. But I don't.
But remember, start doesn't necessarily mean more touches. But at the same time, I am nervous for Mason. I'm nervous for Mason this week, so let's just go Hunt.
Hunt makes sense here.
Remember, they started Gibson over Ramondre earlier this year. We saw how that turned out.
Good point. And just getting back to Harv real quick, he said that he just needs one for each. So Stevenson.
Stevenson
Right.
number 1, Chase Brown number 2, Goff at QB, Harrison number 1, Douglas number 2. But Harrison's playing, so I guess you're playing Harrison.
There you go. JD saying he just traded Monty for Walker because now he's questionable. He'll probably still play.
It's just an illness, so it's not like an injury or anything. So hopefully he'll play.
Yep. All right, and just want to stop and say, first of all, we're caught up and everything. Hope we're helping all you guys out. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because we're here almost every single day to try to help you guys out. That's our goal. You could say it's our end game. Our goal is to try to get you to win. That's what we want.
Yes.
So try to make those smart decisions. Do the things that the others who are playing fantasy football aren't thinking about. Make those smart trades, buying low, selling high, making those smart pickups, those stashes, and of course the best decisions, start, sit. We also have an app. If you don't know about it, it's called Draft Lane, and this is something that you could download right now for free. And once we get off of here, which is going to be in about a minute, if you still have questions that weren't answered, or maybe you didn't throw the super chat on there, but you want to try it out, you can do Draft Lane. Again, free download on the App Store, Google Play Store. It does not support ESPN or NFL as of right now. Sorry, Rohan. But Sleeper and Yahoo leagues, you can sync with it, and we can see, if you're on Sleeper Yahoo, you can see your roster to help you with waiver wire moves, start, sit moves. And we can see, even if you do a trade question, your league mates. We can see their rosters, and that gives us some additional information to answer those questions. So it's a little different than just the start sit here on the live shows. It's pretty cool. So check it out, and we are going to continue to add some functionality to it throughout the end of the season and next season. So it's just the beginning, right? We've had this since last year, but it's going to continue to grow. And again, it seems like it's working really well. We have a lot of people using it over and over again, and it's definitely worth checking out. So download Draft Lane if you haven't. As I said, like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you know when we go live next, which will be in less than 24 hours, because before game time, I mean real, actual, like U.S. game time, not that early London game, which is still in the but before the early slate starts, 1 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be on 3 hours before then in order to answer your questions. We're going to have the latest injury updates too. But Ricardo is sliding in with a super chat here. And we'll do a couple of quickies. 10 team full PPR, pick a running back at flex. Stevenson.
Brian Robinson and Stevenson. Let's hope they both play. Because if not, I don't know what you're doing. But Brian Robinson and Stevenson.
Yeah, let's really hope they play. So not Etienne if you can help it. And then Kincaid or Ingram. You're saying Ingram.
Ingram.
Would you trade?
I'm not trading for Brandon Ayuk. No. I barely want to start this guy. I'm not trading for Ayuk. No way.
I was gonna say, if there's anyone right now that I know you're not trading for, it's Sam Laporta, is Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
All right, 95 was just offered Waddle and Eckler for Cooper and Hunt.
I think I got to go Waddle and Eckler here. It's close, but Waddle should have Tua back next week, and that's enough for me to take the Waddle-Eckler side.
It's an interesting deal because Cooper's value just shot up and Waddle's value will go back up to where it was. That could be pretty close. Hunt is the wild card here. I mean, I think he'll be fine. Eckler will be fine. I don't even know if I have a preference for this side. I guess a personal preference would be the Waddle-Eckler side just because I like them better. Elite Savage. Let's do a couple of non-super chats since we're on the way out. Tracy, Harris, Ramondre, or Singletary. Pick two.
Ramondre, if he plays. I think Najee would still be 2 for me. And then I guess I would go Tracy number 3.
Yeah, I think Ramondre is 1. Just go Harris 2 and avoid that Giants backfield. Devontae Jackson, JSN, or Demario Douglas in non-PPR.
I'm going Pop here. They feel very similar, but just give me Pop.
Yeah, go with a guy who's getting targets. JSN, who knows? Interesting. Okay. Houndtown, Mari or Josh Downs?
I'm going down. It's like Amari is probably going to be pretty limited tomorrow. Only been in this offense for 5 days here. Like I'll go downs this week.
Yeah, going to go downs and not risk Amari doing nothing. Mustafa Supreme, JSN or Sermon to flex.
I kind of like JSN this week, but I don't know what the ceiling is. So if it's full PPR, I'll go JSN. But if it's half or non, I'll go Sermon.
Makes sense. I mean, I felt it last week. I was like, "Oh, Sermon's pretty safe." He wasn't. Is JSN safe? No. So let's do that. PPR, go JSN. If not, Sermon. And let's see. Let's pick one more that has something we haven't done yet. All right. Here's a hypothetical one. What if Walker doesn't play? Could you go Charbonnet or Juju? This is Astral Lives.
If Walker's out, definitely go Charbonnet. Definitely Charbonnet.
There you go. But we'll find out tomorrow and check in with us. Like I said, hit notifications, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out all the videos. Still stuff coming out. If you haven't seen, got the Beat the Breakout, stats you need to know, all sorts of goodies. So check out the entire playlist for this week. And hopefully we'll see you guys all tomorrow.